T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Shout out to Kopish.
Shout out to Kopish,
keep
guys.
all the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that, guys. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kopish.
Good evening, lovely people. Welcome back to another Kop-ish Kall-In live. As always, when we get behind the mic, please make sure that you subscribe, comment, and like. It's Friday. If you're in the UK, bank holiday weekend. Hope you're all going to enjoy it. The weather should be nice. The weather should be good. So hopefully the good vibes and the happiness follows as well. Drift, how are you doing, brother?
It's Friday again. It's Friday again. Bro, I gotta make myself laugh or I'm gonna fall apart, innit? It's just how it goes, bro. I'm good, man. I'm good. How you doing? You good?
Yeah, long
Apart
week.
from that hay fever.
Yeah, not even just a hay fever. It's just been a long week, bro. But
Yeah,
as I said, I've got. Hold on, my camera's messing up. I've got air in my lungs and I got life. So, bro, there's only so much you can complain, innit?
that is very true.
Medea.
It is very true.
But yeah, merch, if you can see it, yeah, we've got the merch. You guys know where to find that now on the website.
You should already have that shirt by now, people.
Should have it. It's not going to be out for too much longer. Look at me filling it out and all sorts.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm playing at wearing
Calisthenics and that, yeah. Calisthenics.
Yeah, I don't even know why I'm repping Liverpool right now, but it is what it is.
Topic of the show before we get the people in. In fact, you know what? I'll address the elephant in the room first, actually. Shombe, I'm done with this crap. Jude is going for 87 mil. I'm losing it today, peed off with Klopp and FSG. 87 mil for Jude. I'm doing everything I can to remain calm about this, but 87 mil for Jude Bellingham seems to be the price, right? After we were told that it's going to be 120 odd mil. To put into perspective, McAllister has been quoted as 70 mil. Jude is another 17 mil on top of that. Can I throw my 2 cents in here, and then I'd love to hear what you guys think, and yourself, especially Drift. I actually think we had the money there to do the deal. And again, I'm purely speculating here. Maybe it's a coping mechanism. I don't even know at this point. I feel as though Jude picked Real Madrid because for him, if he goes Real Madrid now, his next move will be his last move in the Premier League, and he can finish his career in England after having, which seems like he's going to, win the league with Borussia Dortmund and move to Real Madrid, win some trophies at Real Madrid, and then end up in the Premier League potentially. What do you think, bro? I think he rejected us. I don't think this is a case of us not having the money.
I think that might be coping mechanism still, but it's not like what you said ain't got, legs.
We spent similar amount of money for Nunes.
No, I know, but I mean, this is quite relevant now. This could be a big part of it. Maybe Real Madrid are going to give him like a really, really big wage, and Liverpool aren't willing to give him the wages. I don't know. We'll have to find out what he's on before we can make that speculation. But it could be playing a big part of it, Cal. It really could. Maybe at Real Madrid, they're willing to give him like 350 or something like that. And at Liverpool, other than Mo, who earned 350, no one's getting 350 at Liverpool. Like, I think only Mbappe or Haaland would be able to come to Liverpool and they'd give him over 350. So
let me just stop you there. Would you have been happy if Jude was signed on 350?
I would have thought it was a liberty that he jumps in on that wage. But the horrible thing about the world now is, Cal, we've got to fight with the market. And the market now demands what you do. And
I remember I was saying this when the Salah deal was going through and we were going back and forth on it.
Yeah, the majority of these things aren't worth it, but it's just the market now. There's nothing really we can do about it, bro.
All right. Sorry, shout out to Jay for his super chat saying wages for Jew. I'm going to bring up this comment from Mark A. Real Madrid is the better project.
I disagree.
Right. I'll be honest with you, Drew. Taking my bias out of it, it looks as though they're going to go and get a new left back this summer, probably a right back as well. Rudiger, Militao, Alaba, and who's their other centre back? Nacho, probably. Tchouaméni, Camavinga, Valverde, and now Bellingham. Vinicius, Benzema, and they'll probably get a right winger as well. There's talks that they want Moussa Diaby. They're always in the Champions League, no matter what. Real Madrid are always in the Champions League. They're always going to be either the lowest they'll finish in La Liga is third.
Look, Real Madrid are a better pool than Liverpool. I'll never ever deny that. Like, just generally speaking, I think the tide has turned a lot in recent years. La Liga itself has no real pull anymore. But
I agree with.
But I don't disagree that Real Madrid will always be Real Madrid. But the reason why I don't know if I'm going to agree that it's a better project is because the word project is exactly what is bothering me. Real Madrid don't do project. They do, if you fail, get out of it kind of thing. Very rarely do players or managers get more than a season and a half to prove that they're up for it. So is it a project really? Like, if you look at what's happened with Tchouaméni, I haven't been watching La Liga as closely as a lot of other people. Maybe Sammy, if Sammy's in the chat, Sammy could fill me in, because obviously he's a Real Madrid fan. But Camavinga was just a bench boy until they needed a right back, or a left back, sorry, and he was just playing like a fill-in left back. Tchouaméni hasn't really been able to cement a place, and those two are world-class in the making talents, right? They're the hottest young prospects around. What would make Bellingham any different to those? You look at the situation, and again, they beat us, so I'm not trying to. To
be fair, I agree with everything you just said. Bellingham is further along in his development than Camavinga and Tchouaméni were when they signed for Real Madrid, though.
To a degree, yeah.
No, he's Dortmund's captain, and he's about to lead the team.
All right, fair enough.
Potential title.
Fair enough. But I mean, this time last year, I wouldn't say Bellingham was ahead of Tchouaméni. Like, I think a year down the line,
I would have.
But this time last year, he was.
It's debatable who the better player is. It's debatable remember, being further along down the line, it's debatable who the better player is, but it's Bellingham's been further down the line. He's had bigger experience. One sec, Jeff. Go on, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. But for me, I look at the situation with going to Real Madrid, and I just think, yeah, it's
Jeff, literally be 1 sec, yeah.
Yeah. It's just way more pressure. You don't get much room to fail. There's other young players that have gone in now. Like I said, like, they're not really getting integrated. I mean, there's been a few rumors that they're not really happy with Tchouaméni, and maybe Tchouaméni wants to leave. I don't know if they're just rumors or not, but if you look, Tchouaméni wasn't really getting the game time that he should have. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know whether Real Madrid is a good move for him. I don't. I mean, even if you look at what happened with Real Madrid now, they beat us. So I'm not trying to be shameless in saying this, but we've had a terrible season. So I don't really think it's too much of a marker whether they beat us or not. But you look at the way Real Madrid just absolutely got annihilated by Man City. Like, embarrassed, pretty much. how good are Real Madrid at the moment? And I know Man City are the elite right now, and they're kind of the benchmark. So to lose to Man City isn't embarrassing, or there's no shame in losing to Man City. But I mean, Real Madrid got battered by Man City, so they've really got to make 4 or 5 additions to that squad for me to believe that. Like, because at the moment, if I'm being completely honest with you, I just think Real Madrid is kind of like Vinicius or bust. Like, obviously in goal, Courtois has been an absolute beast. But if you take Vinicius out of the Real Madrid team, I think he's bang average. And that's not because I think the players are bang average. I just think, generally speaking, they're bang average. If they had to go a whole season without Vinicius, they would struggle so badly, it would actually be quite funny to watch. So, I mean, how good's the project, bro?
I'm going to switch it. You take Salah out of Liverpool's team for the whole season. What do we do?
Well, we were bad anyway.
Exactly. So you take Salah out. What happens next, bro?
No, but I'm not saying Liverpool's a better project than Real Madrid. I'm just saying I don't know if Real Madrid is a good project. Yeah, I'm not making a comparison with whether it's better to come to Liverpool or not. I'm just saying, is Real Madrid a good project? You don't get much time. It's unbelievable pressure. And they're like, they're kind of like, they're not that good. Like, on paper, they look good. They've got some absolute ballers, Valverde. But this season's proved Benzema's coming to the end. Modric is coming to the end. Cruz is coming to the end. Like, their defense is kind of shaky. Like, I don't know, but how good of a project is it? And La Liga, I'm not even going to lie, Cal. La Liga, especially for black players, I know he's mixed, but like, I don't know if that project looks interesting at all, bro, going to play in La Liga. That league is a joke, bro.
Yeah, so, no, I completely agree.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, nice weather, Andrea. I get that. I think the Premier League is a much better pool. And I hate to admit it because I'd be devastated if he went there. Man City, that's the pool. Do you know what I mean? That's where you could understand, like, there's absolutely no reason why anyone would doubt why he's picking that move. Real Madrid feels a bit nostalgic. But
I'm purely speculating here. I genuinely believe he probably wants to play for Real Madrid in his career, but he probably thinks, right, I'll do the Real Madrid thing now. Let's say he spends 4 years at Real Madrid, signs a 5-year contract, spends 4 years, picks up some silverware, gets some accolades, and then he goes to the Premier League at the age of, 19 now?
I think he turns 20 this summer, I think.
Spends 4 years there, leaves when he's 23, 24. God willing, doesn't pick up any bad injuries or anything like that. 24 years old, brother. He's still in his prime potentially. Comes to the Premier League and spends another 6 years here.
No, I hear that. And I don't begrudge it.
Rather than doing it the other way around, I reckon.
I don't begrudge him, mate. I mean, you know what, Sammy, good point. Bayern Munich. I mean, he's already in Germany, so that's probably why he wouldn't do that. But the Bayern Munich project looks quite good. If they get it right, Bayern Munich project looks really good. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But I get the Dortmund thing would stop him from doing that, I think. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but I don't know, man. I don't hate on Real Madrid. And Real Madrid would always be one of the elite teams. Like,
I hate Real Madrid, but I have respect.
No, I mean, yeah. Let me rephrase that.
Yeah, I
can't stand Real Madrid. But I mean, I don't hate on them in terms of, like, they are who they are, and I accept.
I know. I do both. I do both.
They're an elite team. They will always be one of the elite teams. Like, you know what I mean? I can't hate on that, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Let's just see. But you see the money? Here's what the money's going to do, Cal. The money is just going to throw all of the kind of like bad vibes and feelings that I've always had about what our structure is into question, because I do struggle to understand how, if he is going for that much, we're not even, and unless we're trying to do the save face thing where we pretend we didn't want him because we know we're going to get rejected, which I still think is rubbish anyway. Go for the guy. Nobody's going to be upset he picked Real Madrid over us, but show us your intent. That's my opinion anyway. I know the club will want to save face. They'll want to do the whole like, nah, it was all right. We didn't even bother, because they don't want to look rubbish that a player rejected them. But I don't think losing out to Real Madrid is embarrassing. So show your intent. Do you want Jude? Like, is it real? Do we actually want him?
I kind of feel as though we did drift, but he chose someone else.
But the club's
Not
never
to,
done it, Cal. It's always just been journals and rumours. The club themselves have never, ever made a real approach for Jude.
Yeah, but again, if here's the thing, Drift. This is why I say we have to pick and we can't pick and choose what we choose to believe, because when the McAllister news came out and everyone was like, "Oh well, we can agree personal terms with the player and all this before we speak to the club and all that stuff." We can't now turn around after having so much like talk about Bellingham being in the same position where we speak to him and this, that, and the other. And bro, I just feel as though he probably rejected us, but he doesn't want to play Europa League. I hate to say it.
I don't think that's part of it.
I'll be honest with you, Drift. I think this summer's going to be tough, and I think we're seeing the first signs of it. If we're in the Champions League, I think we're right now. I think we're in the Bellingham race.
Do you know why?
I know everyone thinks it's just a season, but shall I tell you why you can't just look at it as just a season? Because you look at the Premier League and how competitive it's become. Being out of the Europa, he could join Liverpool and think, "Oh, it's just going to be one season. We're back in again." Bro, Arsenal thought that when they first came out of the Champions League. They said, "Oh, it'll just be one season in Europa." Bro, how long has it taken Arsenal to get back in? Who's to say the same thing?
We're way better in our development with a much better manager than Arsenal were a few years ago.
But Drift, what you're missing though is the teams around us are all better than when we knocked Arsenal out of the Champions League and when Arsenal were trying to get back in. There was no Newcastle then. Chelsea are probably going to go ham in the summer. Whether they get it right or not, we'll see. But like, I'll be honest with you, you can't sit here right now. Unless you're Manchester City, you can't sit here and go, "It's just going to be one season in Europa and we're going to be back." Unless you're Man City, because anyone can get it. Bro, Man United have been in and out of Europa. Arsenal been in and out of Europa. Tottenham have. Newcastle just jumped on the scene. It's only just really been us and Man City, but we aren't where we are or where we were, should I say. So if I'm advising Bellingham plus Drift, if I'm going to be honest, are we going to get more than one midfielder if it's Bellingham? If it's Bellingham's the guy they've been waiting for, is he the only one that's going to come in? We talk about Real Madrid pressure, bro. Who is everyone comparing Bellingham to if he signs for Liverpool and gets a number 8 shirt?
Yeah, but what most Liverpool fans do is give patience. Real Madrid fans don't give patience. That's the difference.
It's not about whether they give patience or not, bro. That
shirt, of course, Chris. But it's only our fan base that puts the pressure on. It's only the fan base of the club you play for that applies pressure that breaks you or not.
Bro, the moment Bellingham were to sign for Liverpool and get that number 8 shirt, you think it's just Liverpool fans on him?
No, but there's no one else to care about, though. As long as Liverpool fans aren't on your back when you play for Liverpool, the other smoke doesn't matter. Real Madrid put pressure on their own players. Like, they've got no patience, bro. Do you know what I mean? Because they're always like, they've always got this mentality of now.
I don't know if we're that patient. And I throw myself into that as well.
We are. Generally speaking, we are patient. Maybe not so much the online fans, but definitely the match-going fans are patient.
Is it patience or is it ambition, though? Because I think there's a thin line between, and I think sometimes you get blurred.
It's patience. Because you
have to have an understanding. I've got to be honest. I think both are very subjective.
You have to have an understanding. Everybody uses the excuse standards to berate people, put people down, not give people time. Yes, you want to win. All top clubs want to win. But people just throw this word standards around like it's an excuse. It's a buzzword. It's not standards to cuss someone and not give them time to settle at a new club or not add context to the situation. It's not. You're just impatient. It's not standards. You're just impatient. Like, everybody's got to give people a bit of time. We're too spoilt with Mo hitting the ground running and Virgil hitting the ground running. Do you know what I mean? To like think a player needs a year or
I don't think that's spoiled. All right, put it this way, Drift. All right, let's say you go to Hakkasan. Are you expecting the service to be top notch and you're expecting the food to be top notch because of the price you're paying and the reputation, right?
Yeah, but that's food.
No, but the same premise applies here, bro. So if I go to Hakkasan, I'm expecting a certain level because of the standards set, the price and everything. If I go to Morley's, I know what I'm getting. I still expect the food to be good, but I'm not expecting the person behind an account to give me the same services I'm going to get from Hakkasan, for example. So I get what you're saying, but I do think there's a thin line between ambition and patience. And I think sometimes the two get blurred, but I'll be honest, I think a lot of times you can look at a player sometimes and you can tell whether they're good or not.
Well,
or should I say you can tell whether they're good enough for your team or not.
All right, let's add a little bit of context to your analogy then. What if you found out that it was the waiter's first day? You're not going to be angry at him. You'll understand this is first day. Unless you're an arsehole. Only an arsehole will go, I don't give a fuck if it's your first day. What's going on there? Do you know what I'm saying?
Like, to add more context, it depends what service I'm getting. If the person's rude and all that, I don't care if it's your first day or your
No, not rude, but like they might be taking a bit long. They accidentally spilt a drink on the way to the table. You'd be like, you know, they're nervous. It's their first day. Unless you're an arsehole, you would have an understanding, right?
I would, yeah, but some people might not.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's the same. Liverpool fans are like that. We have an understanding.
I don't think that makes them arseholes though, Drift, because if they're paying a certain amount, they expect a certain service, bro.
No, but on a human level, I'm saying, like, you have to understand, it's man's first day, man. Give him a break.
No, I think Wino's got it right here. I'm gonna be annoyed at the manager then, because you might not necessarily direct it at the person who's new, but you're going to be annoyed at the manager and you're going to ask questions like, was this person trained properly? Was this person meant to be here today? And
I know, but he's got to serve someone on his first day, right?
No, he doesn't have to serve anyone on his first day, brother. He could just be shadowing. Sorry to cut you. Shout out to our brother. I know it's from another. First and foremost, if you haven't already, whether you're a Liverpool fan or Man United fan or any fan, big up to Saeed TV. Make sure you guys subscribe there. Check out the show that he did with Drift earlier. Well, who else was on there? Babs was on there as well, right?
Yeah, Babs, Hugh. Who else? I can't remember his name. The Tottenham guy. First time I worked with him. Apologies for getting your name, bro. Patrick.
Either way, guys, go over there. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you check out that show. Yeah, big up Saeed, man, and thanks for the advice, Saeed. Hopefully we swap positions next season and we can give you some advice after we win it. Speaking of Europa though, Drift, before we get the people in, let's quickly chop this up. What in your opinion are the pros and cons of getting Europa League for Liverpool this season?
The pros of getting Europa League, as I spoke about on Saeed's show, again, make sure you go check that out. Big up Saeed each and every time. Basically, we get to play our kids. We get to play our young players. We get to maybe keep a few players that might have wanted to go, like Kelleher, Elliott and Carvalho and Basetic. These young guys, they get to play meaningful games. You know. Hey, big up Ernie.
We say that, bruv. No, like Real Madrid probably finish third and then end up in Europa.
You know what I'm saying? What the thing that I like about playing in the Europa League is, let's be honest, every time you play a Carabao Cup game, you kind of know you're getting buoyed. It's kind of common knowledge, right? You might be happy for the game time, but you know, Minamino knew he was getting buoyed last season, but he still balled out because he's professional. Europa League, you're not really getting buoyed. It is a European competition. It's of a higher level. You will be happy to play in that competition. People like Elliott and Kelleher aren't going to feel like they're getting buoyed playing in the Europa League. They're going to be happy for the opportunity and grab it with both hands. So I think that's a definite benefit for us being in the Europa League. And then we can keep a fresh 11 for the Premier League. The big boys. I don't think Mo and Virgil and them lot will be upset not playing group games in the Europa League and playing every week in the FA Cup and the Premier League. I don't think they would. They're professional. They'd understand. We got a job to do. And maybe when we get to the later rounds, you drop a little bit of the sentiment and you do bring in the big boys for a quarterfinal, last 16, a semi-final, whatever. And you go and you win that tournament. And that's another positive, Cal. We go into the league 75% sure of a trophy. If we get our shit right, we have a 75% chance of winning a trophy being in the Europa League. We do. I'm not going to lie. If we go into every year thinking we got a chance to win the Champions League, then we are shoo-ins to win the Europa League. We just are. We have to own it. You know me. I never big up my chest and put pressure on the team. But I can't deny we're in the Europa League. We have to win it. We should be winning that on bare minimum semi-final to a final at the absolute minimum. We're Liverpool. We're European royalty. We have 10 European trophies. If you want to add the Super Cup and the World Club Cup, we got more. Do you know what I mean? We have 10 European trophies, bro. We are European royalty. We should be winning that tournament. Plus, it's the only one that Klopp doesn't have. So let's go and complete the set.
Shall I be real with you, Drift? I know I've asked you the question, but the more you speak and the more I think about it, I don't even know if I can answer this question until I see what Klopp does. 1, in the summer, and 2, in his approach to the competition.
Yeah, that's true.
But we sit here and we act like he's going to rest Virgil and all that. But we saw Virgil playing against Lincoln, bruv.
I think those were the days. No, I think those are the days when Klopp was a little bit more like, yeah, these men always stay fit. Let me play him. I think he's become a lot more aware to wear and tear now. And I think that's why we've seen things like Diaz. He'll bring him off after an hour and stuff. I think he's starting to learn. I can't just
bring off Diaz after an hour after coming back from injury. Diaz shouldn't even have been starting.
No. The medical team said he's ready. And Klopp has managed him well.
I'm sorry, Drift. With all due respect to the medical team, whether they watch this or not, our medical team is nothing to boast about. Let's be real, bro.
Well, we got new boys in now, right?
Have we? Because we've seen the same results. I'm gonna be real, Drift. The medical team's nothing to rave about. They've said a lot of things over the years, and they've been getting a lot wrong. I look at it, Drift, and I don't know about Europa. I think it should, in theory, be helpful to us because it should help us to keep players fresh. I just don't know how Klopp approaches it.
I mean, you kind of seem like you've fallen back a little bit because you was all right with Europa League. Did Matt get your hopes up too much?
No.
And now you're feeling worse. I told you.
Shall I tell you what it is? It's just I don't know where Klopp's head's at.
I think Klopp's happy to be in Europe. As a coach, I think he knows playing in Europe's better than not playing in Europe. It's quite embarrassing. If you look at Chelsea's scenario, Cal, yeah? Do you know how embarrassing it is that they're not in any European competition at all?
But I'm going to be real with you. The fact that if Klopp's happy to be in Europa...
After the season we've had. Not period. After the season we've had.
Even if it's for one season, I'm not happy about that. Like, did you see his press conference quote today on the Europa League?
I watched this press conference, yeah.
But I'm gonna be real. The comment where it was like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it doesn't matter. I'm like, sorry, what? It doesn't matter.
No, but he kind of got a point. It doesn't matter what day you're playing on. European competition should be taken seriously.
No,
like, he's right, Cal. He's right. You can't turn your nose up at a European competition. Maybe the other one, the Confederation one or whatever, the conference one, because that's like new. It's like, what the hell is that all about? But even if it was in that, I'd want the kids to go win it. But Europa League is effectively the UEFA Cup. And I know it's lost a bit of its vim. And I know we don't want to be in it by choice. But we don't turn our nose up at it, Cal. We go and we win it.
All right, so...
We go and we win it, bruv.
I think we take it seriously, but... Bruv, the comments... The comment did my head in, bruv, because that doesn't sit right with me, man. That should... For me... I'd have been more happy hearing him say.
What's he supposed to say then, bruv? I'm pissed.
Honestly, what's he meant to say? He's like, we should really be in a Champions League, but because we're in this competition, we're still going to take it seriously and we're going to aim to win it.
Yeah, but that's kind of the same thing, but just in a different way.
It's not, bro. It's not.
It is, bruv. It's
not.
Whether you're playing on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, European competition is important. Like, it's the same principle. He just didn't admit we were shit. But he knows. We know he knows. He don't need to admit it.
I don't know, man. I don't know, Drift. As I said, and look, I know. I read the comments. I know people think I'm Klopp out. I go back and forth with you people because it boggles my mind how many times I have to say Klopp in before. And some of you, I don't think clearly have any relationship experience. I'm not just talking about with spouse. I'm talking with family and friends as well, because you'll know you can be peed off with a family member, a friend, or a partner and still love that person. Bro, I'm annoyed with Klopp and I'm worried about his vision at the moment. I'm worried about what's going on at Liverpool.
Everybody's worried.
No, I'm especially worried. Especially when the tweet I saw from Salah yesterday, that's the sort of passion I want. That's the sort of passion I want to see. That's the sort of anger I want to see. That to me was Salah. Salah for me was
bro.
speaking. Salah for me was speaking as a fan of Liverpool, someone who loves Liverpool. Whereas Klopp to me was speaking as someone who's spinning it.
Nah, because Klopp's in charge, bro. If Klopp goes around making it look like the Europa League is crap, the players will feed off of that, and then we won't. They won't care. They won't try. It filters down, bro. Klopp can't make out like the competition is whack or I'm so angry I'm in it. Well, he's the leader, bro. Leaders can't do that, bro.
No, but Drift, you're speaking to other adults. We know the Europa League isn't on the same level as Champions League. We know this. Doesn't mean we don't want to win it. Just like we know the Carabao Cup's not on the same level as the FA Cup. Still want to win the Carabao Cup though. But we don't go there and go, yeah, if it's Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday, it's just the same. It's not the same. It's not.
No, but you're reading too much into it, which is why it's like you want to hate him for what he said. He's saying take every European competition seriously, which I agree with. And if he doesn't let the players and the fans know that's the case, it's like, if the leader's not bothered, why should any of us be bothered? Bro, he's the leader. He cannot show any form of like, let's not take this seriously, or, like whatever. Like internally, he'll be pissed off. But he can't like say that out loud. There's just some things a manager can't say, bro. And he'll just know that common sense says we know it. Like you said, we all know Europa League ain't as good as the Champions League. Well, we know. But he can't say it. He just can't. He just can't, bro. It's just how it goes, bro. But I don't know. I've got a visual representation of Liverpool fans' coping mechanism for finishing in Europa League, though.
2, 4. You okay?
Hey, you okay?
I'm actually fine.
I'm actually fine. He's lucky he's still alive, bro. I don't know what the hell he was trying there.
That was Liverpool season in a nutshell, bro.
At least he got back up, bro. We didn't.
We're up, bro. We went on that 10-game unbeaten run and we ended up back in Europe, bro.
Don't do that, Drift. We're not up, bro.
We're up, man.
We're not up.
We're up. We're up, bro. We, at one point, we were 8th, Cal. We went on a 10-game unbeaten run and we finished 5th and we're in the Europa League, bro.
We're not up.
We got up.
No, bro. We just restored a little bit of pride, bro. We're not up.
Bro. We're not running again, but we got up.
Well, we're not up, bro. We're on one knee now and the referee's at 8.
No. We beat the standing 8 count and now we're about to see if we can get back in this fight.
Bro, the referee's at 8. We're on one knee.
No.
The summer's going to determine whether we get
Tottenham's on one knee, bro.
No, Tottenham are flat on their back, bro.
No, Chelsea are flat on their back.
No,
bro.
Chelsea are face planted. No pause. Tottenham are on their back. No pause. Tottenham are fully on their back. Let me ask you then, before the Southampton game, how would you rate our season out of 10 then?
I give the season a 6 out of 10.
A 6. Drift, this is a 2 out of 10 season.
No. I give it a 6.
6 drifting the ratings is above average. This has been a 2 out of 10 season.
If you finish 5th, you are above average.
Drift, we finished outside of our target in the Premier League, knocked out in the 4th round of Carabao, knocked out in the 4th round of FA Cup, and we squandered the lead against Real Madrid and got piped in front of the world.
Yeah, those are all the parts that stop it from being a good season or a great season or whatever. But just above average, you finish 5th, get into the Europa League, you get to the last 16 of the Champions League after having a great group campaign. We finished on the same points as Napoli. They just had better goal difference than us.
Hold on, are you talking about the Champions League group?
Yeah, in the Champions League group, we finished on the same points as Napoli. They just had better goal difference or head to head.
But it doesn't matter.
So we had a good group campaign and then we just got knocked out to Real Madrid. So the first part of the Champions League phase was good, right?
No. Do you not
How
remember?
How can it not be good if we... That was one game though, Cal. What about the rest of the campaign? We got revenge at Anfield and we beat up all the other... We beat up Ajax. We beat up Rangers. It's one game, Cal, against Napoli right at the beginning. I think it was the first game of the group stage, right?
It's the most I'm giving this season is a 3 out of 10. It's a 2 out of 10 season, bro.
Fair enough.
There's no way it can be a 6, bro. It can't be. It absolutely can't be, bro.
If you lot think it's lower than that, that's fine. But
this season, this for me is Klopp's worst season at Liverpool.
yeah, that's a fact. But for me, people aren't taking into account some of the things that happened along the way. There were still some good moments. Yeah, it was way below our normal level. Of course it was. But there's context to be added. And there were some great moments along the way. I swear 3 of the 4 highest scoring games this season we were in. You know what I mean? There's still been a few things. 10-game unbeaten run at the end of we just missed out on top 4, could have possibly got it. There are still some positives. To say a 2 or a 3 is like Chelsea is a 2 or a 3.
No, Chelsea is 0. Chelsea is 0 or minus, bro. This narrative of comparing us to Chelsea, I don't want us to compare. I'm talking about Liverpool. That's why I didn't speak about any other team.
No, but you have to say there are things that add context to the situation, though. So I'm just
Chelsea
saying,
is 0, bro.
Based on everything else. Well,
Chelsea
I'm sure Chelsea
went
fans
further than us in the Champions League. Didn't they go further than us in the cups as well?
No, I don't think so. They only went 1 round further than us in the Champions
Still went
League.
further, bruv.
Look, I think if somebody forced me to push it down to a 5, I'd say okay, I get where you're coming from. But 5 or 6, I think to say it's a 2 or a 3, that's too far. I know our standards are high and we're supposed to be winning stuff, but a 2 or a 3, bro, that's way too low. That's way too low for me.
All right, in a minute. I'll go sit down. I'll be in a sec. Can I say hello? No, you can say hello to Uncle Drift and you can go back in the front.
Yeah, little man. Loving the kit.
Say big up.
Big up.
Big up yourself.
All right, go on. Be in a sec. All right, you can go and see mummy then. All right.
You still there, bro? Have I crashed or has Cal crashed? I think I see the chat still moving. People, is it me or Cal? It's Cal, yeah? Let's keep the party going then. Make sure you lot smash that like button as well, guys. I know a lot of people forget sometimes to smash that like button. Let me get through a couple of these supers before I bring in the people. Chombe, I'm done with this crap. Oh, no, we did that one. Let me get rid of those. Chombe again. Jeff, have you seen your Klopp? Jeff, I have seen your Klopp defense and I respect your opinion. I love him to death, but justify this to me that in January we signed Cody when we knew we needed a midfielder. Explain that for me. Again, I think the reason why we bought Cody was because Man United were about to sign him, and he's clearly a player that we want for our future, for our project. And we had to do what we did with Diaz, and we had to move it forward. And I don't think the funds were available to get both. And at that time, I don't think the midfielder that we wanted was available. Caicedo, McAllister, Bellingham, any of the midfielders that you can think of that are of the level that we want, they weren't available in January. So that's why I think we did it. But yeah, and to be honest with you, I'm glad we bought Gakpo. I know a lot of people might think, no, it's cool, Matt. I know a lot of people think we should have went and got a midfielder, but I'm glad we got him. And Cal was right as well with the whole 8 thing. Remember, we have seen him play 8. Maybe there was a plan to play him in the 8 as well, because he has played there. Chombe again says we mortgaged all this season on Jude. Blame Klopp. I disagree, but fair enough. Danny up the Reds says, not in for Ugar is a disgrace. I'm worried about us. Today, apparently, there's been a U-turn, though. Apparently, we have had the discussion to see if the player is willing before we put in a deal. So that one's a bit up in the air right now. I don't know if you saw that, Cal, but there have been some talk that we've actually said to him, like, you know, we saying we will come in if you're interested, and they're seeing about it. We'll have to keep a close eye on that one. LFC Aaron, we actually overhyping Bellingham into something he isn't. We had exactly the same hype with Sancho. 100+ mil for Jude is risky, in my opinion. I do think that he has been overhyped a little bit. And I think it's quite fair to make a comparison, actually. Before Sancho went to Man United and completely depreciated, he was gassed up the same way Bellingham is. It's very...
Not as much.
Nah, he was, bro. People are talking about Sancho like he was a second coming of Jesus, bro.
Bro, Bellingham has been a mainstay for England for a start. Sancho was never that. Bellingham's captain of Dortmund. Sancho was never that.
Yeah, but Bellingham weren't starting for England before the World Cup, and he was still getting this much hype. No. Bellingham only started to really, like, the World Cup was when we were like, thank God Southgate's actually finally gonna like start him and know he's like a main. Before the World Cup, in the qualifiers, bro, Bellingham wasn't a starter, not a guaranteed starter anyway.
What are the first names there, bro? If I'm not mistaken,
not in the qualifiers, bro. Not in the qualifier, but I do believe Sancho was gassed up as much as Bellingham. Like, Man United were chasing this guy like he was Beyonce, bro.
I think Sancho is the wrong club, if I'm going to be honest.
No, I always thought he was picking the wrong club, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know. Chombe again says, Real Madrid fans have standards that we demand.
That's why they demand.
So yeah, that's why. I still believe, though, that they're very impatient and it borderlines on, like, arrogant sometimes, the way they just don't think anybody should be allowed a bedding in time or a bad season. Or I heard them boo Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean, makes sense.
And Modric.
Have they booed Modric before?
Yeah, Modric's first season at Real Madrid, I think he got voted like their disaster of the season or something.
See, I don't know, man. I don't know. They're a different breed, them, man.
Yeah, I'm not saying the whole booing thing and all that, but I still think you can sit there as a fan and say, I don't rate that player. I don't think that player is right. You can always change your mind. And I'm not even trying to joke here. Obviously, I know I'm Captain Sparrow and that. Like, it's what I do. But I think this notion that you can't change your mind or you can't be proven right or wrong about a player is kind of wild. Like, we all have opinions on players. Like, you think Mason Mount would do great for us. I don't. Like, he could turn up at Liverpool. He could do great and I've got to eat my words, or you could turn up, be poor, and you'd have to eat your words. It's part of life. But to have this notion that any player Liverpool signs, you just have to go and, oh yeah, they're going to be sick. Like, I think that's what's been holding us back as a fan base. Like, any player that's linked with Liverpool or signs for Liverpool, we overhype to the moon. And then we end up having to sit on that hype because we're too proud to say we got it wrong. Carvalho, people were comparing him to prime Coutinho when we signed him. That's wild. Darwin Núñez, people were comparing him to Suarez and Torres when we signed him. That's wild. Calvin Ramsey's played like one full game and 10 minutes cameo appearance, and everyone's saying, yeah, he's the truth. He'll be absolutely fine to back up Trent and he'll challenge Trent. Like, these things that we're saying as fans, we can't just say them and then get annoyed when people call us out on it. Like, we are saying these things as fans. Like, Artemelo, everyone was saying, oh yeah, he's a controller. He's going to come in and he's going to help Thiago and do the Thiago job when Thiago's not there. Like, we said these things as Liverpool fans. We got to stick.
Yeah, but I don't think there's anything wrong with having faith in a player and being positive when you sign him. Don't go over the top, obviously.
No, but we tend to, though. We do tend to as a fan base, Drift. We do.
But I think Carvalho isn't anywhere near as good as Coutinho, but did have similarities that I understood why people thought, right, it kind of looks a bit like the way Coutinho played. If anybody said he's as good as him, they've took it too far. But I saw the kind of similarities when people were saying it.
I think we personally reach for things. I do. Like when Diaz came, when Diaz came, no one sat there and said he compared him to anyone else. We were just like, bro, we're signing Diaz. That's a sick baller.
Yeah, but
we weren't reaching.
No. Obviously, you're going to get some people that will always take it too far. But I think, generally speaking, as a fan base, we remain pretty level-headed and just back the player. I think there is a difference between hyping someone and backing him. If someone else comes for a player that plays for Liverpool, I'll back the player. But it doesn't mean that you like hyping him is saying you think he's the best in the world or you think he's the best, he's the best player in the league or whatever. That's when you like. But if you go, no, do you know what? I actually see the point of this. I get why we're buying this player. I think he can do well. Now, do you know what? He's got this ability. He can do this. Do you know what? Boom. I think this will work. That's just standing by your player, bro. I don't think that's overhyping a player.
No. What you said isn't. But when he's being compared to some of the greats that have played, like with all due respect to Nunes and Carvalho, there's no way there should be comparisons to Torres, Suarez, and Coutinho.
I heard Cavani with Nunes. I never heard Torres. I remember people saying they think his playing style is similar to Cavani. I never remember anyone saying Torres.
Even Cavani, bro, no.
But playing style-wise...
they're nothing alike.
No, but I'm saying that isn't overhyping to say you think someone's got a similar playing style. Though.
I do, bro. Cavani's one of the better strikers we've seen of the generation.
So you don't believe you can have a playing style that's similar without being as good as a player?
No,
if you have a similar playing style, it doesn't mean you're as good as that person.
No, but I don't even think there was I don't think there's anything similar about their playing styles at all.
No, neither do I. But that's what I heard. I didn't hear Torres or...
No, I heard that he'd come good like Cavani, or I just saw so many comparisons from so many of players. Like when we sign players, it's just like, guys, let's just pump the brakes a little bit. Like
I will always back a player. I mean, I think it's easier to slate a player than back a player, personally, and I think that's what a lot of people do a lot. Like you know,
maybe,
and then they'll never be called out if the player, because what people will always do is they'll jump on your back if the player doesn't come good. If you back the player and you think the player's good, like Matt had to do with Naby, everyone would jump on your back and go, "Well, how did that turn out?" And they'll grill you for not like.
Every time Gakpo scores or gets an assist, bruv, who do you think gets it?
Not really.
Not really, bruv.
I don't really see. People forgot you even didn't rate him, bruv. I don't remember.
I'm gonna start sending you some of my DMs I get, bruv, and some of the comments.
No, maybe in private, but I mean,
bruv, like, even on the thing here, bruv, and I've got to eat it, bruv. If Gakpo is good next season, I got to sit here and I got to put my Jack Sparrow performance of a lifetime, bruv.
But he was good this season, bruv. So yeah.
So like, but again, I said what I said because I truly believed what I say and was my opinion. But I don't know, man, it's a bit mad.
Let's just finish up these so we can get the people in. Is Klopp ambitious or patient? His press conference is getting on my nerves. Always arrogant. He bottled this season. I like the fact that he's arrogant because I don't want him to be a wuss. But fair enough. He gets asked a lot of stupid questions that must annoy the hell out of him. I'm not gonna lie, he does have to answer a lot of stupid questions. Pete, big up, bro, says always thought Klopp was too stubborn to change, but the way he's talking, I think he would change a lot. I think he would change training and rotate more. He's already changed training, Pete, to be fair. So yeah. Plano says I don't see the hunger, drive, passion from Klopp like Salah. I hate he plays down how important the Champions League is. I mean, I think we covered that when I was saying I don't think he can slate the Europa League when we're in it now. Idris says 0 mentality monster. I say 0, 0, 0, 0 rating. All right. Sam Max Legend says Jude picked Madrid. So Jude picking Madrid is way more high risk than Liverpool. He fails. It's 3 or 4 years in the wilderness. Career destroying move. Needs to be careful. Man City is a better project. That could happen. He could get lost in the wilderness. A lot of people are already not really talking about Tchouaméni. I'm sure there'd be people who'd want him if he became available, but look how quickly no one cares about Tchouaméni all of a sudden because he didn't have a good season. Vacabon, Sporting Lisbon don't want to deal with us anymore. They have reported us to UEFA. One of many clubs reporting Liverpool. What for? What did we do to Sporting?
I kind of want to hear more about that.
It doesn't have to be a super vagabond, but let us know what we did for why they're angry at us.
I've never heard that one before.
Yeah, I don't know what we did to them. Chombe again, big up, bro. Says if we properly add a single player every season since we won the Premier League, we would have won 2 seasons that we finished 1 point behind. Honestly, I agree. That's what we always used to say, Chumba. Remember, we're way behind our development based on not recruiting when we were supposed to at
We
the
always
other
leave
time.
ourselves one short.
Always. And Sadiq, big up as always, bro. As I said, expectations are the number one leader
to resentment. That was a bar. He dropped that bar last week. I might get a t-shirt made and put Sadiq's face on the back still. That was a bar.
I like that.
It's fat though, isn't it?
Yeah. That is true.
Hold on, are we getting done for tapping up Ugarte? Oh, jeez.
Oh, is that what it is?
This club, man.
No, but what would be annoying if that is the case is we would have done what everybody does. Talk to the agent, find out whether the player wants to move. That's what everybody does. So that would be a bit mad. Maybe they're just being a bit crybabyish about it if that's the case. Like they're snitching for no reason.
Well, it depends how it's been done though, innit, Drift?
But that, you know what? That makes me happy because at least I know that we're actually trying to get him. That's what, you know what I mean? Because remember, we didn't think we were even interested. So if we've tapped him up, that means we're interested. Just slap an extra 5 mil on top of that to make them happy.
Why are we the only ones that get caught though when this happens? Why are we the only ones that get caught?
Maybe because we're soft, or maybe because the whole world seems to have.
Why is it just us? Everyone does it, but it's only us that gets caught coming out the bank with the money in our hand.
Do you know why? Because everyone else probably gives them hush money, and we ain't rich enough to give hush money, so we get called out.
It's nothing to do with hush money, bro. It's just the way we do it.
Chelsea give hush money. Come on, let's be honest. If Chelsea got nabbed tapping up,
bro,
they will be giving hush money. If Man City got caught tapping up, they'd give the club hush money. Come on. We just gave the hush money in public, Cal. We gave the Van Dijk money in public. We got caught with the briefcase in public giving the hush money. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, let's bring the people in, guys.
Right.
What we're gonna do as well, we're gonna bring back the old school. The link is in the description right now, people. But we're gonna do it old school now. We are gonna be strict with the time to make sure we get everybody in, and we will be dropping a video on you if you go over the time. And by the time the video is finished, you will be removed. You know, it's all love. It's nothing personal, but we are gonna try and make sure that everybody gets in. Do you know what I mean? So you'll have 3 minutes. Say what you want without being disrespectful, obviously. But if that video plays, it's on autopilot, guys. It's not on us. So you've been warned. And I don't know which video we played at what time. It might be an extremely harsh one. It might be a soft one. Again, pause. It is what it is. Merchant stores now. Merchant stores. Right. Should we bring in our first caller, Cal?
Go for it, brother.
Mtar Mizzy in the building. What's happening, bro?
It's good, man. What's good? Yeah.
What's good, bro? What's good?
Yeah, man. It's been well. Nice celebration. Obviously, the result was a little bit spoiled last weekend, but yeah. Feel blessed.
It was indeed.
Another year gone. 32 this year.
What, you just had a birthday?
Yeah, we picked him up last week, bro.
Yeah.
I wasn't here last week.
Was it? No, not on the Friday. Didn't we do it on the match day as well? Did we do it on the match day as well?
Yeah,
or was it just a Friday?
I wasn't here for the match day either, remember? Happy birthday, bro. Big up, man. Happy birthday, bro.
Okay. Yeah, it was.
Yeah. I wasn't.
It was a good one with the fam. It was a good one with the family. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. You know what? You guys talk about Europa. What are we saying next year? Dublin 2024.
I'm telling you, I'm there. Let's do it, man. Ireland's a nice place, man.
Ireland, yeah. It's a nice country. I've been hearing good things.
No, brother. I want to be there. I just think everyone thinks we're a shoo-in to win this competition. It ain't going to be easy.
It's not going to be easy, but we definitely are one of the favorites.
I agreed.
Yeah, but do you know what? I've been saying this countless times. You guys talk about tapping up, right? Just like minutes ago. I don't know if you have watched Rev about on the movie Air. So I'll just give you a little bit of the premise. So Adidas and Nike, they're like, and Converse as well, before they got purchased by Nike. these three were like in a war for Michael Jordan. So in the end, we all know Nike got the deal with MJ. So my question is to you guys: say if you guys work for one of these companies, right, this big brand, and you see the current football players in the market, who would you see as like a promising deal, like a 5 to 10 years, that he's going to be a big name for not just in football, but to bring the brand that you're working for, your employers, as one of the top dog in the industry. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's a sick question, bro.
Yeah, because it's
question.
really a good movie to watch still. Like
I'm
really
saving
open up.
The reason I haven't watched it is because I'm saving it. I want to be in the right mood, have energy, not be tired. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm saving it because I'm really looking forward to watching.
Indeed. Yeah. And Cal, just like an hour ago, it's confirmed. John Wick 5, it's on.
It's confirmed.
It's
so you're all right then?
Yeah. With all the three other movies related.
I don't want to ruin it for anyone who hasn't watched it. I'm very intrigued to see how they spin this.
Yeah. I like I said, it's the box office that they reached the mark, the financial target. So they're pursuing a new project on that.
It's gonna be the new Fast and Furious, man.
I hope
let's hope you don't go.
No, I rate Fast and Furious, but
it's become silly now, bro. I gotta be honest.
Yeah. But that's just the question. And big up to you guys. Come on,
big up as always, G.
Yeah.
Big up as always, man. Love G. We'll chop that up now, man. Big up, bro. Big up. I like that question. Still, I'm just struggling right now to think who the player would be. It's not the question. It's
for the next 5 to 10 years, right?
So basically, Mizzy's kind of asking, like, we need the vision that Nike saw with
MJ,
with Jordan, of like, it's gonna be that game changer kind of thing.
I don't think we can include the likes of your Mbappes and Haalands. I think it's got to be someone who's younger, right?
Yeah, because that's pretty obvious, isn't it? That Mbappe is going to go on to be that guy. Ooh.
I'm going to go for a bit of a wild one here. I'm going to go Endrick, who seems like he's going to go Real Madrid. The young Brazilian.
Okay. Am I cheating if I go Vinny?
Yeah. You know you're cheating, bro.
No, because I was just thinking. I don't know.
Am I cheating if I say David Beckham?
No, because I don't think that right now Vinny's looked at in that way.
Yes,
but right now,
bro. Yes,
is he really though?
Bro, everyone I think sees him as like the best left winger in world football right now.
No, I get that, but they don't look at him as like a pin-up kind of thing.
Yeah, they do, bro.
Do they?
Couple of shouts. Musiala's a shout, by the way.
Yeah.
Musiala's a shout. Yeah, AD's right. You're cheating if you have to ask.
No, because I was just thinking, I was thinking off the back of what's going on now with La Liga, I think that everybody's going to realize just how much this guy is an absolute G to be putting up with what he's putting up with, and it's going to make people endear to him even more. And I think that's how he will become like not on the level of like a Muhammad Ali or anything like that, but I think he could actually now become the face of racism, and it could be a pivotal moment. Do you get what I mean? Like, if the fight is kept up, because the treatment is just disgusting and it's on full display now. This shit can't be hidden anymore. It just can't.
It's never been hidden. It's always been on full display.
Yeah, but no, they try to hide it though, Cal. They do. They try to hide it. Yeah, they try to hide it, bro. The racism will happen and they'll try and just sweep it under the rug. But now it's really blown up. Like, this Vinny thing is everywhere now. You can't hide this no more. So I was thinking along that kind of route.
Jamrock said Kennedy Paez.
I'm kind of struggling.
From Ecuador. I've never heard of him, so I can't say.
Yeah, I'm kind of struggling a bit. I'll try and think of one though, Mizzy. I will.
It's a
as
tough
the show
question.
goes on. Yeah, it is.
It's a very tough question.
You know what? Maybe. I think I'm reaching a bit.
All right, let's go next caller in. Some of you call him FSZ. He ain't got the locks no more, but he's back on the show. Man like Zabiri in the building.
What's going on, G?
Yo, big up, Drift. What you said, man? It's been a minute, bro.
It has, man. What's good, man? You good?
Yeah, man, I'm good. Big up Tom Izzy. To Tom Izzy's question, the answer is Enciso. Brighton. Yeah. I was driving, man, and I seen the kid. And I'm like, yo, nah, this kid is special still. Very special. And then he did a banger, man. So I got to give it to him. But I want to touch base with you, man, about the show. You know what I mean? Pros and cons of Europe. I think the pro is, I think we'll find out, you know, what level our manager is at, because I know he likes that underdog role. So this is an underdog move, you know what I mean? So I think he has to understand, and I think he'll really show his true colors. I'm not here for the I told you so award, but bro, there's levels to Liverpool. Whether you're clapping FSG out, whether you're a supporter or you're a fanatic that's just crazy about the club, we all want the best for the club. And when I'm telling you, man, yo, the dude ain't a roofer. We want to be top dog. People saying he's the best manager in world football. His stats ain't matching up to that shout, you know what I mean? And it probably wasn't an over-the-top shout at the time, but if you were saying he's the best in world football, yeah, that doesn't age well still. And then on another note, as far as getting players and players not choosing Liverpool.
That was a shot at me, bro.
Drifty, put him back up because I got one more question for him. Put him back up because I got one more for him still. So Cal, I sent you a direct link to a direct show I did on Gakpo, and I'm like, yo, let me get your feedback. I'm learning in this show. You ain't even rate Gakpo when he came in? Nah, fire, bro. Gakpo to me is like Bobby for you, fam. I'm just saying, bro. So, yeah, we got problems coming in this song, Cal, just so you know. But on the brim of getting players in, like, look, most players aren't going to really choose Liverpool. And I think it's tough for us as fans to accept. I mean, it's tough for even me to accept. So when a player that I rate like Gakpo comes to Liverpool, I'm over the moon. But there's other players that I rate as well. Won't name them. But, bro, all them players that you guys like, chances are they ain't going to come to Liverpool, man. And we're going to have to eat that. It doesn't mean we're not the biggest club. It doesn't mean we don't have the money. It doesn't mean the funds ain't there. But what I do think it means is we didn't rate the negotiation skills that we had earlier. Because when we're walking in the room and man is saying, yo, 100, and we turn around because we can't get them, and then certain men going in there getting them for 80 and 20, says a lot about us, man, not necessarily the people getting them on the cheap. It says a lot about us when we have to tap up, man, and getting busted. That's all I'm saying. But big up to you, man, still. It's been a pleasure. Jeff, big up yourself, bro. Cal, fix up.
Big up as always, the very big.
A couple of you lot saying I caught strays, bro. That wasn't a stray. That was. He walked up to me like Denzel did to Idris Elba in American Gangster, and he shot me in front of everyone. There was nothing subtle about what Zabiri just did. I'm gonna be real. Yeah, I did say Klopp was the best manager in the world. Shall I be real?
He was one of.
I think he was the best. I do think he was the best. Shall I be real with you? He can get back there. He's the only person stopping himself from getting back there.
But how can he fall off so quickly, though, brother, if you're the best?
Well,
how do you go from being the best to not the best so quickly?
I mean, I could go into quite a few players and that we would have said, I mean, Virgil, we said, was the best centre back in the world. Said Flacco was the best.
It's a little bit different when you're a player, though, because an injury like that, it was the injury with Virgil and little things like that. Or you can be tired. You can have a, I don't know.
Klopp's holding himself back at the moment.
Klopp's
holding himself back.
I always said it was Pep. And I adore Klopp, but I always said it was Pep. And
no, you did. You stood by that still. You did. I still maintain if Klopp were to sort himself out, he would be the best manager in the world again. I just don't know if he will sort himself out.
He's still top 3 even after the season we've had.
I think that's hard to argue at the moment.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I do think that people are way too like it's all about like what just happened in the last couple of months or what it's like. You don't just all of a sudden just become nothing because you had a bad time. Like, come on, man, we're humans.
I'm not saying he becomes nothing, but to say he's top 3 means you like top 3 in the world at anything, bro. You're pretty much flawless.
Not necessarily because everybody has bad patches. Everyone has downtime. Fergie didn't win something for 3 years. He was still the best manager. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, it's too reactionary. It's too reactionary. Like, you got to be in the wilderness for a little while before you can lose your status. A lot of people are going to face over Mourinho now. Everybody said Mourinho was done. I was, including me. Everyone said he was done. Look what the man's done since he went to Italy. He's about to win back-to-back European titles with a team who's never won a European trophy before. That's not a manager that's done. He just looked crap when he was at Tottenham and Man United because them two teams are in the mud. Look what he's doing now at Roma. Like, it's very easy to just get caught up in the like recent bias. But again, I don't know.
I don't know, Jeff. In regards to, I did actually watch the video link you sent me about Gakpo Zabiri, and it was very good. I think you did it. I think it was Ensman TV you did the video with, if I'm not mistaken. Apologies if I got that wrong, but I think it was Ensman TV. Excellent video, Zabiri. It was. I think with Gakpo, I just thought there were better options out there for us. I genuinely did. I still hope to be proven wrong. I'm just a bit tired of getting these players who can just play 6-7 positions rather than just getting a specialist now and again who just does one position but does it to a flawless standard. I'm sick of having utilities everywhere. Like I'm happy to have a couple utility players in the squad. I think every team needs that, but this whole notion of you want a player who can play 6 positions well but not one position amazing, I'm not a fan of. But again, I'm happy to stand here and be corrected. Gakpo was and has been proving me wrong. He's done a lot better than I thought he would.
I think it's got a lot to do with budget though, Cal. We won't go into it, but I think you've got to shoehorn players when you know that you can't buy 2, so you've got to buy one that can play both. I think it's got a lot to do with budget.
Always like utility players. We can't just keep on saying this.
No, but at the same time, he had a lot more specialists before. Now it seems like every time he's buying people, it is kind of like, he might be able to do like back in the day when when Klopp first come to Liverpool.
He likes.
Mane's a winger, bought him. Van Dijk is a centre back, bought him. Gini, all right, he was a winger before, but he did play midfield at PSV, and he never played.
Was a utility player. He just was a high level utility player.
No, but what I'm saying is, but for Klopp, 99% of the time he just played that position. It was only really Milner that he used to like push all around. But I think as time's gone on, he started to do it a
utility player, bro. He loves
but not the odd one. But now it seems like everybody we're buying is a bit of a utility player. Before, who was a utility player apart from Gini and Milner?
What, Liverpool?
We didn't really have any other utility players. I don't really think he was a utility player. I just think
right, left, and centre back.
He didn't really play left back under Klopp. Maybe under Brendan. But when did he ever play left back under
Klopp? Not that
much
under Klopp.
And real necessity at right back. It was Milner that was his first choice right back. It was only real necessity you would put Gomez at right back. Anyway, let's not go on to it too much. Should we bring in our next one?
Yeah, let's do it.
Another brother of the show.
Yeah.
White John in the building. What's going on, G?
Yeah. You gotta read it properly, mate. You gotta read it properly.
John the second. Apologies. Sorry. It's not Puff Daddy anymore. It's Diddy. My bad.
Take that.
What's going
You
on,
guys,
bro?
all good, but all good at yourself.
Yeah, man.
Good,
Blessed,
brother.
blessed,
Good, man.
Sweet stuff, man. Yeah, we can get into it, man. I mean,
Let's do it.
obviously, Drift. Obviously, as you know, my stance ain't changed since your meltdown since I was last on the show when you were on the show. Like,
There's been a lot happen, bro. Refresh my memory. What happened? I can't remember, bro.
so obviously for me, you heard me reaffirm my stance on Klopp. Obviously for me, I want him out, and obviously he's gonna wait.
Yeah, he's looking for your house, bro.
Yeah,
Hide your VPN, bro. Hide your VPN. It's about
Anyways.
to take for you.
Anyways, yeah.
You never know. Anytime when I want to try that pussy, on the dad, me not try to no man boy, but no boy couldn't do that pussy.
I told you he's gonna get rough.
I thought I heard a knock at the door as well.
No, go on, bro. I won't push the button
Yeah.
yet. Go on, do your thing.
But yeah, no, you know what it is, yeah. Like I feel like one question I wanted to ask you, and it may sound like a weird question, but like, do you think our fan base compared to other fan bases, and I'll actually include the Chelsea fan base in this as well, despite where they're finished. Do you feel like out of all the fan bases, and just as a club, like our standards are so low for the type of club we are? Our standards are actually low. And the reason why I ask this is because, like, I feel like, for one, I think the division amongst the fan base is just keeps on getting so big and big and big. And on top of that, it's like the division between FSG and wait, no weird questions.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
basically Jamrock's brilliant, you know.
You know what, Jamrock? Yeah, we might have to have a talk after this, but anyways. But yeah, no. Reason why I asked, I think there's just a division between obviously the owners, from the owners to the manager to the supporters. Like, despite what you may see at Anfield and whatnot, I feel like for me, like, for the type of club that we are and what we were built on, winning. And in my lifetime, obviously this is the most successful period I've seen in Liverpool period. But I feel like I don't know. I just feel like, I don't want to say it's been a fluke, but I think it's just been circumstantial. Things have been put in place for that to happen. That I don't think we don't have assets for that to happen anymore. So it's like, now what? Do you know what I'm saying? So I know my time is gone. I could go on and on.
No. You got extra 30 seconds. I ate up some of your time, bro. I did eat up some of your time. So go on.
But yeah, no. Yeah, that's basically my question, really, because I just feel like I feel like the type of club that we are, we don't have the mentality as such to compete right up there with the very best. Like, you look at the post that Mo Salah dropped last night. Was it last night? Or
yeah.
I look at that and I think to myself, players like him who have that mindset within the squad, I feel sorry for him. Like, I feel sorry for him. He doesn't deserve it. And we probably don't even deserve him, honestly. Like, for him to have that mindset. And then I listened to Klopp's press conference after that. It's like he doesn't even answer the question. He just goes on and on and on, and I don't even know what he's talking about. And he doesn't even sound like a winner, or what. His mentality doesn't even sound close to what Salah is. Like, the fact that you're happy playing Europa League football. Like, the most I wanted to hear was, okay, we as a club, we expect to play Champions League football. But okay, if it's Europa League, if it is Europa League, then so be it. But from what I got, I just feel like it just comes across as a loser's mentality, despite what Klopp's won, and I'll give him credit for that. But for me, like, that's just one of many reasons why I feel like we need a refresh, and we need a refresh. Do you know what I'm saying? We need a new philosophy, because I feel like right now it just looks like Klopp's just winging it. Do you get what I'm saying? And despite the system change and whatnot, yeah, the system's changed, but the football still isn't great. Do you get what I'm saying? Despite the results. So it's like, were those wins really, if you look at those wins, were those wins really like, was it really based on the football that we played? Or
You're doing a lot, John. Still, you're doing a lot.
hey, George, listen, I actually listened to what you had to say in it, and I thought I had to bring this up in it because it's uncomfortable conversations. Do you know what I'm saying? And I respect you for having your opinion, but I feel like us fans, we need to get real, man. Like we need to get real. Do you know what I'm saying? Like we need to get real, man. You know what I'm saying?
We'll chop it up now, B. We'll chop it up now, innit?
But you know, Drift, it's all love, man. You're my guy, man. It's all love, bro. It's all
No,
love.
no.
You're my guy, bro. You're my guy, innit? You're my guy.
No, I love you too.
Hide
bro.
your
I love you too,
VPN, bro.
I'm looking all the doors after I get off the stream, so no one comes in. So yeah,
Hide your VPN, bro. But nah,
Bro,
John,
no, big up. We'll chop it up now, G. Big up as always, man.
before I leave, up the Hatters. Luton are coming up. That's what I'm gonna say.
Hopefully,
Luton are coming up.
hopefully.
My hometown. Let's go.
Let's go.
Big up.
All right, G. Love
Love
as
it,
always,
love it.
man.
Bless
Big
you,
up,
bro.
man.
All right, love.
Yeah, these shows are getting harder and harder to do. Man.
Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
Nah, do your thing, bro. Pile on.
No. I'm not going to pile on. First and foremost, I will say again, no one's going to believe me. I disagree with John in terms of wanting Klopp out. But you see, when people say they're Klopp out and the fan base loses it with those people and cusses those people, listen to what John's saying. And I will always be consistent with this. Even though I don't agree with what John's saying, no one right here, after listening to how John articulated himself and what he said, can turn around and say John is stupid for being Klopp out. You may disagree and throw rebuttals back, this, that, and the other, but you can't sit there and say why John is ungrateful, he's stupid, he doesn't know what he's talking about, he doesn't know football. You can't say that about him, because every point he made, he can back up with either something Klopp has done or something Klopp has said. Now, that being said, the reason why I'm not Klopp out is because I do believe Klopp can change it. As I said, I think Klopp is his biggest enemy at the moment. But the reason why I say December is because if he doesn't change, if he continues to be his worst enemy, just because, and I'm going to use De Zerbi as an example, just because De Zerbi isn't as good as Klopp as a manager or isn't as proven as Klopp, doesn't mean he wouldn't be a better fit for Liverpool from December if Klopp was doing a madness. And I'll use a player, for example. Gini Wijnaldum is a player that all of us thought was absolute phenomenal at Liverpool. But Gini Wijnaldum might have not done as well in another team or was never seen as world class. I didn't think Gini was world class, but I thought he's absolutely phenomenal as a player for us. So even though that manager might not be as seasoned, might not be as knowledgeable, might not have as much to their game, they might be better equipped to help Liverpool than what Jurgen Klopp is with all of his accolades. So even though I don't agree with John, I can't sit here and berate him and cuss him because it'd be wrong. Because everything he said to me makes sense. And to answer his question, I do think our fan base loves to be the underdog. And I've been saying this for a while now. The moment we beat Barcelona, no, let me scrap that. The moment we signed Alisson Becker, Fabinho, Naby Keita, Shaqiri, we stopped being underdogs. This underdog mentality is crazy. We won the Carabao Cup and we acted like it was the greatest achievement of all time. Bro, we should be going to the Carabao Cup every season and it should be, who's winning Carabao this season? Is it going to be Liverpool or Man City? We should go into the FA Cup. Who's winning FA Cup? Is it Liverpool or Man City? We should be going into the Champions League saying, But it's going to be a tough season. But Real Madrid, Man City, Bayern Munich, Liverpool, those are the 4 teams. We should be going into season saying, you think City are pipping us to the league by a point again? No, bun this. We're going to go right the wrong. Fergie did it. Fergie lost the league to Man City on goal difference. What did he do the next season? When he smoked them. We did it once. Why can't we do it again? Why do we love being the underdog? And it really frustrates me because we're not underdogs. We were speaking about top 4 as though it would have been such an amazing achievement. Newcastle don't have a better squad and a better manager. Man United don't have a better squad and a better manager. Arsenal don't have a better squad and a better manager. Brighton don't have a better squad and a better manager. Why would it have been such an amazing achievement for us to achieve top 4? That's the bare minimum. It would have been an amazing achievement this season to beat Man City after they just added Haaland, Alvarez, and a couple other players. That would have been amazing. To win the Champions League, that would have been amazing. What? Losing Mane and then losing in the final and then going back and winning the Champions League. Those are amazing. 4th round of Carabao Cup. 4th round of FA Cup. Getting smoked by Wolves at home, away 3-0. Getting run out of Brighton. All these things happen this season. Playing 4-3-3 when we shouldn't have been playing 4-3-3. Playing Henderson as a right-sided centre midfielder. Bringing on Milner so you could try and hang on to Milner. Playing Robbo when Robbo's stinking out the place. Playing Virgil when Virgil's stinking out the place. Flacco's stinking out the place. What are we doing? What's Klopp doing? He's his biggest enemy. But I sit here like a fool and I tell you, if anyone can turn it around, it is Jurgen Klopp. But if you don't turn it around, I am a Liverpool Football Club supporter. He's got to go. If he don't turn it around, he's got to go. I am not Klopp FC. I am not Salah FC. I'm not this person FC. The day Gerrard left, that was it. If I can see Gerrard leave this club, I can see anyone leave the club. It's going to bloody hurt. I've just seen Bobby leave the club. It bloody hurts. But you see what? This club is built of different stuff. Or at least it should be. So I tell you what, if it means a man's got to leave for us to get back to where we are, then a man's got to leave. It is what it is. Because you see right now, the only thing I'm loyal to at Liverpool is that flipping badge. That is it. Anyone else, it is what it is. And Drifty, as I said, bruv, my kids are here. Just make it quick if you're going to hurt me, innit?
No, look. Everyone's allowed their opinion, innit? Everyone's allowed their opinion. I don't even know. That was a good speech.
And just to finish, as always, FFSG. I want them out. But Klopp still got to do his part as well.
He does. But I think a lot of people have got short memories, man.
Look at what Lee just said.
Hey, Lee, I don't even know. You might be spitting, bruv. Like, I'm just saying, your mofos are...
What are you saying? I'm a hoe now, yeah?
I don't know,
just
man.
giving it out, yeah? That one.
You, White John, you man are twerking for the derby, and what's happening, bro? What's going on there? No, to bring it back, I would never cuss White John for his opinion. Everyone's allowed their
John
opinion.
the second, bro.
So, no, man, he's White John now, man. Man's back to being puffed. And I don't think what he's saying is rubbish. He's not talking rubbish. Nothing he's saying is rubbish. But what I will say is, I do believe it's very, like, what's that word? Is it like shortism or what? That thing where, like, you only think about something that's happened recently. Like, it's, in my opinion, everybody has got short memories. You lot sound like Roman Abramovich now. And I understand that Chelsea had loads of success.
I'm listening. I've got to go switch on the heating because my conservatory is getting cold.
Yeah. I understand that they had a lot of success with the Saka manager. Oh, yeah, you have one bad year, you're gone, whatever. But at the same time, that's why there's no family vibe. That's why there's no, real feeling of history and any kind of, whatever the word is for the way you would look at a Man United or you'd look at a Liverpool or whatnot. Like, Chelsea just have the Chelsea in it because they just do that. There's no family environment. We are Liverpool at the end of the day, yeah? Like, let's not forget, as much as we want to win, as much as we are a club that want to do what we've been doing for the whole club's existence, which is be the best. We have the most trophies. Technically, we are the biggest club in England based on trophies and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I get it. We're at the top of the mountain. But let's not forget the morals and the values of this club as well. And if we just start doing, you have one bad season, get out, you're not good enough anymore, regardless of what mistakes you made along the way. That's madness to me. Like, it's absolute madness. I'm sorry, I'm not calling it standards. Like, I am kind of calling it ungratefulness or whatever you want to call it, because this man, this time last season, had everybody in such a buzz that we thought was about to clock football. It was literally this time a year ago. Yeah, we was in a Champions League final, and we were 2 days away from the last game of the season, hoping that Stephen down at Aston Villa was going to be able to do something he almost did. We came 15 minutes away from winning the league, and we came 115 minutes away from doing a quadruple. And you, man, are going to tell me the man ain't good enough a year later? Make it make sense to me. Like, make it make sense. Nothing anybody can tell me is ever going to convince me that turning your back on Klopp is okay after one bad season. Nobody can tell me that whatever sportness he's done, whatever you think he's loyal, what that loyalty is what got us to where we were. His tactics made us mentality monsters. What he did, what he created is who we are. Are people forgetting what we were like under Brendan, under Kenny, under Hodgson? Do you know who we are? Who we were, sorry. And Klopp changed all that. And man wants to turn their back on him after one bad season. And you know where it all comes from, Cal? The top. Because I'll tell you what, you don't think I always want to bash FSG. I don't. I just know what it is. The mentality seeps from the top down. Newcastle ain't even really that good of a team. But their owners are now ambitious, have come in, have changed the whole vibe, the whole thing around the place. Then you throw a good manager on top, and now look at them. They just went from relegation fodder to a Champions League team. It's all in the mentality that's come from the top. If FSG was giving Klopp, let me just finish, Cal, because I'm going to forget. If FSG constantly fed Klopp with everything he needed anytime he wanted it, we would have never, ever fallen the way we have. We wouldn't have had to hold on to this player and hold on to that player. And I'm not saying there's not an element of Klopp that isn't like that naturally, but at the same time, he's become accustomed to the same things we all have. When people are saying, are our standards on the floor? No, we just know who we are. We know our owners, and we're just used to it now. We're creatures of habit. If we don't have ambitious owners, you ain't never really going to accomplish the goals you want to accomplish. Man City's owners are fucking ambitious. Newcastle's owners are ambitious. Look at Man United's owners. Why do you think Man United are in the mud? Because their owners don't give a shit. Look at Arsenal. When Kroenkes didn't have full control, they didn't really do anything that showed any ambition. Look at the difference between them having full control and not. I've got to hold my hands up now. Kroenkes are showing mad ambition. Them man are talking about Rice and Caicedo in the same window. Them man, they are spending money now. They spent more money than us. Ambition. What the fuck are we ever going to achieve, irrelevant of the manager, if FSG continue to have the same attitude, the same model? These motherfuckers don't even show up for games. How many games have FSG been to in the last 5 years? The last decade? How many games have they been to? Like, I'm sorry. Everybody can be annoyed at this season. Everybody can be angry at Klopp for a lot of mistakes that he has made. Yes, I hold my hands up. He has made mistakes. But for anybody to tell me he ain't good enough anymore and Klopp out and he's got to go and that a lot of this doesn't filter down from the top, I'm not having it. I'm sorry, I'm not having it. So I'm not saying you lot aren't talking sense. Everything you're saying makes sense to me and there is some logic in there. But I'm sorry, man. It all starts from the top and Klopp's allowed to have a bad year. He's a human being. Wenger, Mourinho, Fergie, Ancelotti, I can name every world-class manager and they've had a bad season. But
and
because Pep's here, everybody's forgetting.
When they had a bad season, apart from Fergie, what happened to them?
Fergie never got sacked. He didn't win anything for 3 years.
I said apart from Fergie, what happened to the other guys you just named?
Well, Wenger wasn't sacked.
Because of the lack of ambition.
Mourinho was unfairly sacked. Ancelotti was unfairly sacked.
They were still sacked, bro.
Because Real Madrid and Chelsea don't have the family environment. They don't have any kind of loyalty. I don't want my club to become Chelsea, Real Madrid, Cal.
All right, check
I
it.
don't. I swear down. I wouldn't even want to support Liverpool anymore if we started moving like them clubs.
Have Newcastle spent life-changing money to get top 4 and to outdo us this season on top 4? Because in my opinion, they haven't. So that's the first.
They spent more than we have.
But it's not life-changing money. They had to spend more than us.
It's still more than we have, though.
No, but because they had to spend more. Because they had to spend more. Bro, we keep on speaking about that quad year. We didn't win it, bro. We didn't win it. So we can speak about how close we came. But George Groves came close to knocking out Carl Froch. Ultimately, he never beat Carl Froch. It didn't happen, bro. 2, how long do you give Klopp? How long do you give? Because, bro, one bad season in football can set you back 3 years. Another half a season can set you back longer. And I look at Brendan Rodgers, for example. If we had sat Brendan Rodgers in that summer and brought in Jurgen Klopp after he had a bad season, I guarantee you we would have been better off than keeping him till October, giving Klopp what he gave him and waiting till January, only to get Grujic and Kolka and then struggling over the line and then ended up with nothing that season. If the owners are the reason for the bad mentality of Jurgen Klopp, based on your premise, then Jurgen Klopp is at fault for the players then. Because the players messing up comes from the manager, if that's the case. Hence why I can't sit here and say that it's all on the owners because of what Klopp's doing. And then lastly, why isn't Klopp more demanding of the owners then? Why aren't we as fans more demanding of the owners? Look how Arsenal get onto the Cronkies. Look how Arsenal been getting onto the Cronkies. Look how Man United fans get onto the Glazers. What do we do?
Well, half of our fan base still think FSG are good, so that's a problem in itself.
Bro, when was the last time anything was done at the stadium? When was the last time anything was done publicly? Nothing happens, bro.
Exactly, because
it's not 50% that are happy with the owners.
It is, bruv.
It's how can it be drift?
You see online, bruv, there are so many people that don't have a problem with FSG. And I think starting to do like protests and all that stuff at the time when we were in for the quadruple and whatever would have been a distraction that would have been
stupid. That's the best time to do it, Drift. Do you know why?
No, bro. You can't be playing well, about to win everything, and then start putting negativity in the air, Cal.
It's not putting negativity.
That is so counterproductive. It's unbelievable.
Drift, it's counterproductive. Moaning. You're better off moaning when things are going good than moaning when things are going bad, because then you just look salty. I'd rather someone have a moan at me and go, Cal, things are good, but this and that can improve, rather than me being down in the dumps and them going this, that. No,
moaning and protest are different. I agree with you, but moaning and protesting are
virtually the same things, bro.
Nah, they're not, bro. We can't be the final day of the season, could win the league, and man, them are protesting. That's just negativity. Not? That's just counterproductive to the spirit of the club.
All right, so why that makes no sense. So even on that premise, what's happened this season? No one said a damn word this season.
Yeah, and maybe if it continues, it will get to the point where those things have to be done. But again, you also have to carry yourself in a certain way, bro. And you can't make yourself look laughable. I say again, Arsenal have looked laughable. Let's be honest. We've enjoyed laughing at their club in the last few years. They've looked ridiculous. I don't want my club to become that. If it has to be that, then I guess so be it. But I don't want my club to become laughable.
So right now, would you swap to be Arsenal?
No,
situation.
Not at all. I still think we're in a better position than Arsenal.
How are we in a better position than Arsenal?
Because a couple of new players, and we're back at it.
You just said they're in for Rice and Caicedo. We're in for Mount.
Yeah, they have to get it first. I'm just saying the ambition that they're showing is admirable now, but they've still got to get it. But if we fix up our midfield, we're still a better team than Arsenal. So I still think we're in a better position.
As of right now, Arsenal,
we got a better manager. We're a better club. We got better players. We're still in a better position if we fix the midfield.
Well, as things stand right now, Arsenal are better equipped to attack the league than Liverpool Football Club. How can they not be?
That doesn't mean that they're in a better position than us, and based on the fact that we can fix our problems. We can fix our problems. If we fix the problems, we're a better team. If I go through Arsenal Liverpool's team man for man, we got better players than they have. Our manager's better than them.
On paper.
Yeah, but bruv, Leicester won the league. On paper, like, come on, man, like, things are happening. Arsenal ain't going to have the season they just had. And until they repeat it, I'm going to believe that they're a better team than us.
But you just said if we do what we do, then we'll be better than Arsenal. But Arsenal aren't going to stand still.
But I believe that we've just had a bad year. Players have underperformed. We'll fix up. We'll be back next year with a new midfield and everything will be all right.
There's nothing to suggest that players have underperformed as opposed to say it's the
Of
same
course
as me.
there are, bro.
All right, so you saying they've underperformed and then turning around and saying, no, it's just form. It's like me saying, I don't think it's form. I think they've fallen off. Why is yours more valid than mine?
Nobody knows what the truth is. We just have to both believe
To
what
be
we
honest,
think.
there's kind of more evidence on my side than your side, bro, if I'm going to be honest.
Not really. If these players have been brilliant for 4 or 5 years and have one bad year, there's more evidence of good than bad.
How?
Right?
Because no,
There's
you
more
can't look
evidence under Klopp. There's more evidence of these players playing well than there is them not playing well.
in the past.
But everything's in the past.
Exactly.
So therefore, that doesn't mean it can't be the fact or it can't be true. Just because it's the past doesn't mean it isn't still true. They've had one bad season out of 3 or 4. So common sense will say, give them the opportunity to come back. They should be able to come back from this.
So if that's the premise, then why are we buying new players then? Why don't we just say to the players that we've currently got, all right, you've done it already. Why don't you go out there and prove that you still got it then? Why do we want new players then?
Because 4 players are leaving. Just literally on the basics, 4 players are leaving.
All right,
Bobby, Milner, Hendo, Ox and Naby are leaving. So literally just on that basis, you replace those 4
Bobby's
players.
been replaced. Bobby's already been replaced.
No, he hasn't, because he's been in the team with the same time as the other players.
Bobby's been replaced.
So technically, you can still,
Bobby. Come on, Drift, man.
even if you're talking about in a different position, but within the squad, 4 players are leaving, 4 players need to be replaced. If we buy 4 players of high quality, we're back.
Bobby's been replaced, Drift, by Gakpo. It's already
Yes, so
happened.
just put his position into another part of the team then. It's still
But
a
he's been
26-man
replaced
squad. It's still a 26-man squad. If you don't
It's a
replace Bobby,
25-man squad, and
then
we
you're a
can't even
body
fill it with
down.
a homegrown for a
25.
start.
Bobby is part of a squad, even if it's not like for like, player for player, position for position. Replace him with another quality player in the squad. 4 players are leaving, bring in 4 players of quality, and we're back. Simple.
So, but if you're going on that premise again, Drift, Naby and Ox were never really a part of the squad.
Which is why we struggled. So bring people in who will contribute, because they didn't. That's why we're in this position. Because if Ox and Naby played to their potential, we wouldn't have midfield issues. And that's a fact.
Yeah, but
we would not have any midfield issues if they played to their potential. Because both players are good enough.
Wait. No. Because if Jurgen Klopp saw they weren't performing to their potential, but still hung on to these players until their contracts elapsed, then that's on the manager. If they're not performing to their potential, that's on the manager. In the same way, if you're saying Klopp's not performing to his potential, that's on FSG. So where do we draw the line, bro?
No, I didn't say if Klopp's not performing to his potential.
But you just said it all comes from the top.
It's filtered down over the years, and it's just become.
And it's filtered down that these players can get away with doing if buts and maybes. And
no, because I believe these players want to play. They just can't. They're injury prone. Ox and Naby haven't deliberately been crap or had poor mentality. They're just not been able to perform because they're
not Liverpool standard. They haven't been Liverpool standard since 2020.
Ability-wise, they are. Their bodies just can't deal with it.
Ability and availability and performing are 3 different things, bro. Pogba had the ability to be fantastic at Man United and never was. They should have sold him. We've done the same with Naby.
Man United can afford to do that. We can't. That's the problem.
Hence why it's even more silly for Klopp to do what he's just done.
What? No, because nobody wanted them. Who was going to buy Naby and Ox, bro?
So we couldn't have sold Naby and Ox for any type of money. We couldn't even have sold
it would have been peanuts, though. It would have been at 10, 15 mil. It would have been money that wouldn't have done anything.
So that 10, 15 mil couldn't have helped us.
It couldn't have bought a replacement. Who you going to buy for 15 mil, Cal?
I mean, Basuma cost 20, 25 last summer. You're telling me Basuma wasn't better to replace Naby and Ox?
I don't know why we didn't go for Basuma. Maybe he wanted to play for Tottenham. Who knows?
Because he came out and said he didn't want to go for a midfielder after we didn't get Tchouaméni because he was waiting on Bellingham or whoever.
And we're talking about one summer. What FSG have been doing has been affecting us from the beginning. It's a about
the summer just gone because it's the most recent summer, bro.
But it's a
we
snowball,
went into January.
We went into
January.
Bro.
Everyone knows. Everyone knows in January we needed a midfielder, and he still didn't address it.
Bro, if I get lung cancer today, it was because I've been smoking for 20 years, not because of the cigarette I had yesterday, bro. It's a snowball effect.
Completely different thing, bro.
What FSG have been doing to us has constantly been affecting us every year, and it's caught up with us.
And what Klopp's
It's
been doing
not
to the
just
players has
one
caught up as
summer
well.
while we're in this problem.
All right. So
it's
if
a
FSG are doing
snowball
that,
effect, bruv, of years of neglect.
all right, so it's a Stonewall effect of these players falling off then because Klopp has run these players into the ground rather than rotating, rather than
'Cause he's
being
had to.
smart with how he's playing.
He's had to run them into the ground.
He hasn't
What
had
other
to run
choice
them
did he
into the
have?
ground.
What other options did he have? What other
Griff,
players
he
did he
won
have?
the league with like 6-7 games left in the league, and he's still doing up Virgil last game of the season. He's playing Virgil against Lincoln. He's playing Virgil in this game. That's a dead rubber. We played Potter in a dead rubber drift, bro. He's doing and running plays into the ground.
But we had this
Everything you say
discussion
about FSG, Klopp's doing in some way, shape, or form.
We sat here.
FSG
We
are the
knew.
worst owners I know, bro. But Klopp is doing everything you say about FSG. Klopp's doing on a football level, bro.
Bro, when we had these discussions before, we can't ignore facts. 2.5 million for every group win. That's the reason why they're making sure Klopp wins games, even when we don't need to, because income
so Klopp
is
should have big
everything.
enough cojones to turn around and say, bro, I don't care about the 2.5. I care about keeping the players fit, because if I keep the players fit, we've got more chance of winning a trophy, which is going to be more value than 2.5 million.
But you also might be thinking, you know what? If this is the only way I get money to spend, I've got no choice because I need money to spend.
Oh, bro, everything's just going to come back to FSG, bro. These are conspiracy
65
theories.
to 70% of the problems at Liverpool are because of them. I don't care what anyone says.
It's crazy, bro. All of these are conspiracy theories.
Nah.
There is no fact.
There's
going
no
off
fact
what
in
Klopp
what
says.
you're saying either, though. We're both just making assumptions on
I'm
the
going
evidence
off what
we
Klopp
have.
says and does. I'm going off what Klopp says and does. Just like today, he turned around and said, Carvalho's got one of the best work ethics and no one's impressed me more than Carvalho. Why haven't we seen him?
No, you're taking him out of context, because he said that when I drop him, he never moans, and I love the fact that he's always there ready if need be. Kyle, add the context. You just basically took him out of context to make it look bad. He said he loves the fact that he don't play, but he stays professional. You got to add the context, bro. You have to add the context. So
why isn't he playing him then? Why isn't he
because
playing
he's just not been good enough. But he said he's loved his attitude. He's got a professional attitude. He's always been available if I've needed him.
But Milner's always better. Milner's always a better option. We need a goal, but Milner's better to come on.
Back to Milner, bro.
Because it doesn't make sense what Klopp's doing.
We can't always keep coming back to Milner, man.
Doesn't
every
make
time.
Sense what Klopp's doing. I'm sitting here telling you I'm FSG out, but I'm not going to sit here and act like Klopp ain't to blame for this season. FSG is to blame for us not winning more Champions Leagues and Premier Leagues, guaranteed. But for us not getting top 4, that falls at the feet of Jurgen Norbert Klopp and him alone.
There's a lot.
Has to, because the teams that finished above us do not, as you said, Arsenal don't have a better manager. They don't have better players. So why are they finishing above us by like 20 points?
Because our players didn't perform to their ability this season.
By 20 points, bro.
Because our players didn't perform to their ability this season.
20 points,
so we're going to act like we had players that weren't playing as well as they should.
That's on Klopp then.
What? Is Klopp the one who crosses the line, bro?
Is FSG the one that picks the team?
Is it Klopp's fault Robbo's doing back passes and running out of the press when he shouldn't? Is it Klopp's fault that Van Dijk and Gomez are twerking instead of defending? This ain't Klopp's fault.
Everything you say about FSG, I can say about Klopp. This is what I keep on saying. It's not everything is on Klopp, on FSG. Sorry,
it's not the same. It's not.
It is, bro. Everything you've just said, is it FSG? Is it Klopp doing this? Is it Klopp doing that about the players? I'm saying you can't say that about FSG with regard to Klopp. Then it doesn't make sense.
Of course it does.
It just shows an agenda, bro. I know you want FSG out just as much as I do, but I'm going to still be objective about it. You're not being objective.
I've been objective on a game-to-game basis, but we're looking at this as an overall now. I'm not just going to keep picking one game and then go. During the games, I was annoyed with him at the time. During the games, afterwards, I will give him a low rating based on what he did in that game I didn't like. But we're looking at the umbrella now. We're looking at everything. And overall, they are 65 to 70% culpable for everything that has gone wrong and how we've ended up in this situation. Klopp had to run players in the ground because he didn't have a good enough squad, because he wouldn't give enough the funds to go and do what he needed to be done. It's just a fact. The man won the Champions League and was given kids. The man won the league and was only given one midfielder. Like, anyway.
He only wanted one midfielder.
He
only wanted one midfielder. We won the league and he only wanted one midfielder.
All right.
He only wanted one midfielder. He thought it was a good idea to go into the season with 3 centre-backs. He did.
All right.
He thought it was good to keep playing Milner as a left back when we could have bought a left back sooner to take some of the burden off Robbo. He did all of these things, Drift. Whether we want to admit it or not.
Look, I'm not going to argue. If you lot think it's all Klopp's fault,
no, again, you do that. You spin the narrative, brother. I said
no, because we're going to end up arguing forever.
No,
we don't agree.
No, you taking my words out of context. I didn't say everything's
Klopp's fault. You said Klopp is to blame for this season. Yeah, you literally said it. So I just said,
you said Klopp to blame for everything. I didn't say that. I've been quite clear in saying that we should have won more stuff.
I said if you think Klopp's to blame for everything this season, then fine. Yeah, I'm not going to argue it. All right, cool. There's no point in us going round and round in circles about it.
I'm just saying.
But I don't believe it is his fault. I believe that there's a lot of circumstances that forced his hand, and that's how we've ended up here. Let's agree to disagree and move on. Otherwise, we're going to argue about this all night.
And public sector director, Drifty's not going to direct. Drifty ain't going to sleep with you, man. He ain't going to sleep with you. He's happy with his relationship. He ain't going to sleep with you.
What kind of behavior is that? I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah, I just don't know.
I will say I'm very, very amazed at the amount of people who are Klopp out in our fan base. It's kind of mad still, but it's all right. If we do get good again, I'll see all the dick riding. It's the flip flopping is mad.
Can't say that, bro. Can't say that. If we get good again, then people are allowed to change their opinion.
If you say Klopp out, then you don't believe that we'll get good again. I'm sorry. You can't. You don't get to spin the narrative and come back again. If you say Klopp out, you don't believe that we can turn this around. You don't, bro. You don't. You actually think
you might think there's someone better equipped to do the job, bro.
I don't think you've actually deeped how wild Klopp out is, Kel. I don't actually think you've deeped how wild Klopp out actually is.
I don't think you can see other ways around why people say Klopp out. You just
I can understand the frustration. I'm frustrated with you.
No, so
Klopp out. Klopp out.
But people have justified why they're Klopp out, and they've
no. There's no justification for Klopp out. There's no justification.
But we just sat here and listened to why to John.
That's justification for being frustrated, for being upset, for being annoyed. It's not justification for Klopp out. It's not. I'm sorry. Nothing is justification for
everything
Klopp out.
John said was true.
But so you should be annoyed, frustrated, upset, hopeful.
We can't tell
tell
people how to feel, bro.
Look, again, it's all right, man. I'm not gonna keep arguing. If people are Klopp out, it's cool, man. It's cool.
I'm saying I don't agree with it, but to say that it's wrong, I can't say that right now, brother, unless he proves those people wrong. He can't.
Next time a player leaves and we don't want him to go, I don't want to hear that guy isn't loyal or none of that, because this lack of loyalty to players and people at our club that have made us who we are is mad. It's mad. Klopp out. That's crazy. After one bad season.
So does that mean we shouldn't move on from the players we have because they won us what we won?
No, but what I'm saying is every fan gets annoyed when a player doesn't want to stay at the club. Salah, for example, if he didn't sign that contract and he left, people would have been so angry at him for leaving because they would have said he showed no loyalty, we made him, etc., etc., etc. But Klopp has a bad season and you, man, want to get rid of him and tell him to get out. Saying Klopp out is literally saying F Klopp. That's technically what you're saying.
It's not.
Bro, they are one in the same, bro. They are one in the same. Bro, they are one in the same,
They're not the same, bro.
They are one in the same. And I want those people to understand that when you thought Salah was going to leave and you was thinking that he's not shown loyalty and he was about to get angry at him, that loyalty you wanted him to show you, why aren't you showing that loyalty to Klopp?
Not the same.
And the players that have done what they've done? It's a madness.
This is why I say you're going to the worst case scenario. It's not the same. Shall I tell you why, bro? You can be in a relationship with someone and you might see it's not working. Just because you walk away from the relationship doesn't mean you dislike that person, you hate that person. You just see that and you go, it's not working, it's not meant to be.
Depends how quick you walk away. Depends how quick you walk away, bro.
Some people walk away quick because they say, you know, it's better than leading a person on and continuing.
And in my opinion, that's messed up. Depends.
It's not messed up. It's not messed up, Drift. It's not messed up.
Time should always be allowed for people to rectify mistakes.
Bro, time is subjective.
If we're not gonna, no, of course it is. But in football, one season is a basis of a small amount of time, because obviously you can only go season by season. Things can be so different one season from another. Arsenal were crap last year, are good this year. It can turn around so quickly within a season. So if only one season is your basis of Klopp out, you haven't given him any time. You've got no patience.
Again, I think where you're missing it as well, you're looking at it as one season. I think people are looking. In fact, I don't want to speak for people. I'll speak for what the concern is for me. It's not just because he's had a bad season. It's what he's done during the season. It's how he's acted during the season. So the calendar of 9 months isn't the issue for me of underperforming. It's what he's done in those 9 months that's an issue for me. It's the arrogance he's shown in those 9 months. It's the continuous mistakes within the time period that's an issue for me. It's not to do with the time. The time isn't the thing for me. It's the fact of how many things you're doing in the time period, what you're doing in the time period. So for me, time is very subjective. You can give someone 2 years, you can give someone 1 year, depending on how you feel. If things aren't changing or things are getting worse, I'd rather people make a decision to stop before it gets even worse potentially than sit there and watch it crumble. I can't be angry at someone who has less patience about something than me. They might see it different.
Fair enough.
Yeah, let's get the next call in.
You there, bro?
Yo, what's up, fellas?
What's going on,
What's
brother?
happening, bro? What's good?
You guys good?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's good. Can be.
Yeah, I just wanted to chime in a little bit on the Europa League, Prem, as well as the Klopp comments as well. And I think our main problem is we have a huge PR problem. I think that's what's confusing a lot of people. And this comes, unfortunately, down to FSG, obviously. And I'm going to read a few quotes right now. So this was April 4th, okay, when we just lost to City 4-1, drew to Chelsea 0-0. We looked like we were finishing 8th. Paul Joyce came out and said, Liverpool's American owner, John W. Henry, will back Klopp this summer with significant money to spend in the transfer market. Jude Bellingham, the Dortmund midfielder, remains the #1 target and is keen to move to Anfield. So obviously right there, that was when we looked like we were finishing 8th, not even 5th. And so now we're close to ending the season, few good results, and suddenly, we're out of the race. And unfortunately, Klopp kind of has that as well. When he says, I remember at the beginning of the season, I was like, hearing him say, Liverpool fans are getting a little bit spoiled, thinking we should qualify to the Champions League every year. And I sat there, I was like, wait, like why is he saying this? Like, I'm trying to think, like, what's the idea behind this? Because we weren't even in the Europa League, like, at any point in his career. And then it kind of hit me, and I was like, maybe the fact that he just wants to keep having the underdog mentality, which is not good for a long period, especially after we've had success. We won every trophy we have, like, that there is to get. And it really confuses me, honestly. And that's why this season ending in the Europa League, like, for me, I'm not thinking about the Europa League itself. I'm thinking more about the consequences of what it could get in terms of expectations. People are going to be like, oh, hold on. People are going to think, oh, hold on, let's make it to the Champions League places, like top 4, and then win the league. But we should have been in the top 4 this year, and next year we should have been challenging this year. So that's why my question to you guys is, are the expectations still to challenge for the league? Because my expectation is still to win the league next year. Like, in terms of if we spend the money, we should be winning the league, in my opinion, because we shouldn't have dropped this low and then go a little bit higher and then just to win the league again. So I don't know. I'm hoping they don't manipulate the expectations again, and then the fans go, let's get top 4 with the Europa League and then go again, because that shouldn't have happened in the first case, being in this position. And what else? I had this other question right here. What do you guys think of being obviously the right-sided midfield position? I'm thinking Jacob Ramsey for that position. So yeah, just those 2 questions, honestly. But yeah, thank you guys for having me on.
No,
big up yourself, man. Big up for the
support.
as
So
always,
thank
man.
you, bro.
Yeah, you have, man. So big up yourself, bro.
What are you saying, Drew?
Which one? Which question we going with first?
First one.
I think you should go first on this.
No,
one.
I went first the last time. It's your time.
Did you?
Yeah.
I mean, not in a disrespectful way, but we kind of did just spend about half an hour arguing about El-Tab's like question, kind of, if you get what I mean. Like, because he touched on like the ownership and like they do the PR thing, like try and get us positive when things are looking down, but then when we look like things are a bit better, then they'll pull it away from us. Like it's kind of basically what we're arguing about. What I was saying, that's how I think the owners are and whatnot. So I don't really know how much more there is I can touch on that. I don't know if there's anything else more that you think there is to add to that or not, but it's kind of what we just argued about for half an hour, right?
I think the PR team, I think that is from FSG, if I'm going to be honest. I think the PR comes from FSG, and they've been phenomenal at that since they've been here. The PRs, for me, is from the owners. That's not Klopp's going to Paul Joyce and saying, tell everyone on Twitter that owners are going to back me with Bellingham. That's the owners. That's the owners and people that they put in positions. With regards to ambition, though, yeah, I agree. Like, I think they are going to try and spin it next season that top four is the aim as opposed to winning. We should be going into every season looking to win the league.
I disagree with that. I still believe we'll go into the season with the expectations of winning it. I don't think all of a sudden we're just going to think we're a top four team. I don't agree with that.
I mean, last summer, we were told we're just happy to compete. I don't want to hear like, and again, this when you say Pep's the best manager in the world, some of the things we've heard Klopp say, you'll never hear come out of Pep's mouth.
But Pep also downplays things. I heard Pep all season talking about how they're not the favourites and he does downplay things as well.
But that's mind, bruv. How many times I said Pep's a villain, bruv? Pep talked about Man United winning the treble the other day, saying he was a little boy. Man was 28, captain of Barcelona when that happened. Pep's not an idiot. He just
but that's kind of is that not also like changing things to suit the narrative though?
No,
because
Klopp. When Klopp was
what's the difference between one and the other?
Actions. You see when Klopp was coming out saying that, yeah, Newcastle, Man United, they should be clear. That was mind games. We all knew what Klopp was doing. Klopp was saying, pressure's on them lot. Let them drop the ball down and we'll jump in, hopefully. That was mind games. We weren't silly there. But you see when he says things like, we're happy to compete or we've been a bit spoiled getting top four every season, bro, I'll be shocked if I
didn't even know we said that.
I'll be shocked if I hear in my lifetime Pep Guardiola saying those statements.
But here's the thing. So spinning it, you said actions, right? But you lot never used to let me argue that case when you lot used to tell me that Klopp believes that Ox and Naby are good enough. And I always used to tell you, no, they're not, because the actions speak louder than the words. You don't play these men. He puts them on the bench and they don't get game time. So if he believes that they're good enough, why are they always sitting on the bench whenever they're fit? So you've kind of made my point that I was used to make. Up until
the end of the season, they weren't playing. Bro, Naby was playing games when he was fit, and so was Ox at one stage.
The actions of Klopp across their careers have shown the amount of game time that they've played isn't that he thinks they're these great players, that he tells us
because he's got other players he considers more as favourites, but he still has to have a squad.
No, he just has to tell us what will make the players still stay motivated and not make things look like there's bad vibes in the
players
camp.
Weren't but you think Kelleher and Tsimikas and them man were motivated towards the end of the season?
No, I'm talking about generally speaking. If a player comes up in a press conference and then he bigs that player up, you lot used to say that's because he believes it. And I always used to tell you lot, no, because his actions don't back that. Because if his actions backed it, Naby and Ox would have way more minutes than they do. Minamino would get way more minutes than he does. And you lot used to say, no, Drift, you can't say that he said it. We have to believe what he says. But now you're saying it's about action. So which one is it, bro?
It's both, Drift. It's both.
But that doesn't make sense, bro. It's either what he says or the actions.
But Drift, it's been both. He's been saying stuff many a times, and then his actions have proven it. I said to you,
like what?
You're gonna hate me saying it, Milner. You said, "Oh no, he's only playing Milner because this." That. I said he's playing Milner because he wants to keep Milner around. This, that, and the other. He was doing it.
No, but we've never had a discussion where in an interview, Klopp has said, like, oh, Milner's this great guy that I want to start games and rare. Like, you don't talk about Milner. That's just a thing we do amongst the
When
fan
he's
base.
asked, he speaks about him, but he's spoken about all the players when asked.
No, but he's never really asked about Milner. I've never really heard Klopp talk about Milner in a press conference. That's more us in the fan base that talk about
When
Milner.
he's been asked about Milner, he's spoken about
And
Milner.
I still believe that if Naby, Ox, and all the other man were pulling up their socks, Milner wouldn't be getting game time. These men are dead
Yes,
food.
he
That's why
would.
Milner gets game time.
He would 100% be getting game time.
He's not bringing. If Naby is doing what Naby was brought here to do, Milner's not playing over Naby. I'm
But we
sorry,
keep on
he's
talking
not.
about but we keep on talking about Naby and Ox. Naby and Ox haven't been doing anything since 2020.
But they're the people who he always bigs up. And then we sit here and we go, this is why we don't buy midfielders, because Klopp thinks these are good enough. He's a dickhead. Look how he's bigging up these men. But he's just saying what needs to be said to keep the vibes good. Because his actions don't.
Hold on.
Bruv, we went into a Champions League final and he benched Naby. He don't rate Naby, bro.
Who did he start
don't
ahead of
rate
Naby? Who did he start ahead of Naby?
He don't rate Naby.
Who
bro.
did
Come
he
on,
start ahead of Naby?
That's not the point. If he
How
rated
can it not
Naby the
be
way
the
he
point?
says he does,
started
he
his
would have
captain
played
ahead of
him.
Naby.
But
didn't
he
just
would
start
have
from
played
random.
Naby in more games than he did if he really rated Naby the way he pretends he does. Come on, Kyle, man.
Hold on. Are you telling me Naby didn't become a mainstay towards the end of the last season?
Mainstay. I mean, he played some of the game. I swear the Man City game was only really the big game he played in. Like, what other big game? He didn't play in the FA Cup final. He didn't play in the Champions League final. What big games did he play Naby in? He don't rate Naby.
Why didn't he play in those finals? Because he picked his favourite.
Because I believe Klopp doesn't rate him as highly as he tells the public he does.
Or he just
Otherwise,
rates
he would play him in these
someone
games.
higher. You can rate someone, but rate someone higher, Drift. He rates his captain higher.
That's kind of if he rated Naby the way he does, Naby would play these games, in my opinion.
Who would you have dropped out of Thiago and Henderson? Who would Klopp have dropped for that final then?
Whoever he believes is in better form or whatever at the time. That's
doesn't
subjective.
play based on
you
form.
can't just say
No, just don't do that, bro. He doesn't play players based on form a lot of the time, bro. He doesn't.
No, I'm just saying there's a lot of factors involved. But the point being, Naby Keita, if he rated him
the
as high as
Carabao
he
Cup
says he
final,
does,
if I'm not mistaken, as well.
But that's the Carabao, bro. I'm talking about when we got to the games that are.
Hold on, I'm gonna check the FA Cup final.
When you get to certain levels, yeah, you've got to understand that the proof is in the pudding. And I've never really seen him rely on Naby in those proper moments, the way he says in a press conference of the rating. And Ox, when does he ever play Ox in big games, bro? What did he say Ox was? Not generational, but what was the other word he used for Ox?
Dynamic.
Dynamic. If Ox is as dynamic as Klopp tells us he is, why does Ox never play in big games? What was the
Why
last
did he make
big
Why
game
did he
Ox
make a
played?
point of going through?
Because he's asked about Ox. And he
Naby
doesn't want there to be a bad vibe around the place. So if they go, what do you think about Ox? He's not going to go, yeah, he's not really good enough.
Naby
He's going to
Keita
big
started
him
the
up.
FA Cup final as well, by the way.
Did he? Well, I don't even remember him, but fair dues. If he
And we
played
started
in
2 out of the 3 finals.
was Henderson playing in that game?
When
In
FA Cup final?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who did he drop then? Was that when Thiago got an injury? Was that the final Thiago got the injury?
No, that was a Carabao.
So who's playing the midfield with Henderson and Naby then? Who was our midfield in the final?
It was Henderson, Thiago, and Naby that started that game.
So what, was Flacco injured then?
I don't see Flacco there.
Well, then that's why Naby played then.
I was working that day, so I didn't actually get
I don't even remember, but that's probably why. I'm not even trying to be shady to Naby here, but if Thiago or Flacco, one of the other players, is missing, that's why Naby played. I'm just saying, if he's got a fully fit quarter of players, he doesn't seem to play Naby. He doesn't seem to play Ox. But yet he will big them up in press conferences when asked about them. That's to keep the vibe good, to not put people down in public, to do what good leaders do, is keep the spirits up. But he don't rate these men the way he says he does. How he don't. Or these guys would play more and they'd be more involved.
He doesn't rate them as much as he rates his others. There's a big difference, Drew.
I'm not gonna. We're just
all right. Do you think Klopp rates Matip?
Yeah, of course he does.
But he started Konate ahead of Matip in the Champions League final.
No, but there's been plenty over the years of evidence when he's played Matip that he trusts.
No, but I'm talking about right. No, but I'm talking about right now. This is my point, Drift.
Oh, literally right this second.
No,
right
but
this second.
No, Champions League fight. Matip had a really good season last season, but Kanate started ahead of him.
Yeah, because it made tactical sense. He's got the pace to be able to cope with Vinicius.
Because
it made tactical sense.
He rated Kanate more than he rated Matip for that particular situation. Doesn't mean he doesn't rate Matip.
But that is very specific because the pace and power of Ibu was very good to be able to cope with a specific skill set Real Madrid have.
But that's my
not
point,
the same thing.
No,
bro.
but that's my point. Just because he rates Matip doesn't mean he can't rate someone higher than Matip.
But when we're moving into the midfield, it's different because there's no skill that a Milner or a Henderson has that Naby doesn't if you're looking at it objectively. So to play them over him must have something to do with the mentality of the player or whether you like the player or not. Because it's very different. Matip is a slow, tall, good in the air type of player. Ibu is a very strong, quick, aggressive player. They're totally different profiles, so it depends what suits the game. Naby and Henderson, you can kind of say like horses for courses. It is what it is. Like what's the better player?
But after that game, we all said the midfield three should have been Thiago, Henderson, and Naby.
But Klopp didn't think that. But Klopp bigs up Naby. So why didn't Klopp think that? That's the point I'm making. Because he lies in public to keep everybody happy. He don't rate Naby, Cal. He don't, bruv. Or he's given up on him. One of the two.
He's given up on him.
But in press conferences, he bigs him up.
He's given up on him recently. Up until
I'm just
recently,
saying, the actions didn't match the words. That's all I'm saying.
Kept him.
We've gone on a long tangent about this, but I'm just saying his actions with a lot of our players haven't matched the words. But everybody always told me that we got to listen to the words. Is it the words or the actions? That's all I'm saying.
No, you said we've got to listen to the words, and then you say we've got to look at things deeper.
No,
I always said listen to the words and look at the actions.
No, I said watch the actions and take what he's saying at face value based on what's happening. If he says something, see whether he means it by his actions. But I've always said that. And a lot of the things I've said have been based on players that don't get played, things that have happened on that. Well, if he means what he says, why does he do that then? I've always said, look at the actions. I've always said that, bro. Because everyone else says we've got to take his words at face value. And you have to look at it more about the overall thing. But again, we just went on another tangent. Let's
get the next caller in. CNA.
Right, yeah, no, listen. Hey, my bad, man. I was on my phone, man. How you man doing?
Yeah, what's good, bro?
Not too bad, brother.
Listen, Drifty, man. I was gonna come in here talking about Klopp as well, but I don't want to hold that smoke, man. So I may keep it moving. I wanna ask my questions quickly because I wanna go on a bit of a tangent talking about the Klopp. And so, first question: Errol Spence.
Give me one sec, boys. Give me one sec.
Errol Spence versus what's his name? Terence Crawford. It's finally happening. Thank God. Finally, man. This is gonna be the most anticipated boxing match for me personally since Mayweather Pacquiao.
Yeah,
I think this is going to be probably longer. Can't remember the last time Mayweather Pacquiao. So, in your opinion, who do you think is gonna win the fight? For me, I've said Crawford is gonna win. A lot of people say Spence probably knocks him out, but I just think Crawford, man. I think he's the best boxer in the world. I just think he's just the best boxer in the world, in my opinion. So we'll keep it moving. Next question. You and Drifty could talk about it when he comes back. Lomachenko Haney. I know me and you were talking, Cal. I thought what's his called? I thought it was a 6-6. And I remember me and you were talking together, and you said you thought Lomachenko won, and you thought it was a robbery. I watched the fight.
Not a robbery. Not a robbery.
Oh, you thought it was a
bad decision, not a robbery though. Not a robbery. I had it 7-5, so I don't have a problem with 6 and 6. I had it 7-5. Definitely, it wasn't a robbery. No, I don't think it was a robbery, but I do think it was a bad decision.
Yeah, fair enough. The Lomachenko fight, the only issue that I have was the 116 to 112. I think that judge, I'm gonna be real. I don't agree with people getting rushed. But that brother, I'm telling you right now, Lomachenko's people in the backstage, they definitely should have got a few licks in, man. 100%. I don't advocate for violence, but it is what it is. Other than that, let's talk about Klopp, man. For me, listen, Cal, I can even remember last year, just before we were going on, no, just after we went on tour to Singapore, I came on here and I said I want Klopp out because I can just see what's coming on from miles away. for me, I haven't changed anything in my opinion about Klopp. I think Klopp still needs to go. But the issue that I have with Liverpool fans is, and this is just my opinion, even if you think that the standards or whatever is just a buzzword and whatever, I got one simple word that I want people to answer for: accountability. Where's the accountability for us losing this season? We're 5th in the Premier League. We haven't won anything, no trophies. Where's the accountability? For me, in my opinion, Liverpool Football Club are a top 5 club in world football, easily, in terms of marketing, in terms of name, in terms of fan base. So why is it that Liverpool fans like me, if they want to hold Liverpool to a high standard, is apparently being called I'm toxic, I'm ungrateful, and I'm negative? I don't get it. And I know people sit there and say it's off one season. But the issue is, if you let one season be bad and you say, oh, it's one season, then it goes to 2 seasons, then it goes to 3 seasons, then it goes to 30 years. You saw what happened, Cal, when it comes to Liverpool. It was one bad year with Graham Souness, then it was 2, then it was 3, then we moved on with him, then it became Roy Evans, then it became Gerard Houllier co-manager, Gerard Houllier took over, then it was Rafa Benitez, then it was Roy Hodgson, then it was Kenny Dalglish, then it was Brendan Rodgers, then it became Jurgen Klopp. That's what I mean. There has to be a standard at this football club. Where's the accountability? Where is it? You can't sit there and keep saying that, what's it called, we'll keep defending Klopp, we'll just allow it. No. There has to be standards. You can't, and enough is enough. Enough is enough. I mean, how can Jurgen Klopp sit in front of cameras, sit in front of a journalist, and sit there and say, and I quote, "Togetherness is our trophy"? How? Do you have any shame?
Before I let you go, bro, when did Klopp say that?
He said it today. At the end of the quote, when he said, what's it called? Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, who cares? And then after the end of that, he said, we came together, that's our trophy. I mean, what kind of...
that was tongue in cheek. Come on. That was tongue in cheek. Let's not do that. That was tongue in cheek. Come on, man. That was tongue in cheek, but come on, we can't just keep taking them out of context to suit.
But Drifty, all I'm gonna say is, Drifty, before I leave in it, because I wanted to quickly speak to you in it. You said before, I think you said something about you don't want Liverpool to become a Real Madrid and a Chelsea football club and whatever. I'll ask you this question, bro. Liverpool Football Club have won 1 league title in 35 years, and we've won 2 Champions Leagues in 35 years. If you offer that to a Real Madrid fan, what do you think happens? If you offer that to a Barcelona fan, what do you think happens? Because I'm not going to compare my football club to Brighton. I can't compare my football club to Newcastle. I can't compare my football club to Newcastle or Tottenham. I'm comparing my football club to the elites of the elite. I'm comparing them to Bayern Munich. I'm comparing them to Real Madrid. I'm comparing them to Barcelona. 1 league title in 35 years is a disgrace. In any way you want to put it, in any way or context. 1 league title in 35 years is a disgrace. 2 Champions Leagues in 35 years. Granted, one of them was a few years ago. It's still not good enough. It just isn't. We can't just, what's it called, shape it around and try to come around and say, like, we can what's it called? What's that word? We can reinvent ourselves in the Europa League. No, you can't. I can answer that question for you if you want. If Real Madrid fans found out that in the next 35 years they're winning 1 league title and 2 Champions Leagues, they're burning down Santiago Bernabeu. They're burning it down to the ground. They just wouldn't allow that to happen. I'm not advocating for that to happen, but that's just what would happen, man. But listen, big up to you, man, innit? And listen, tell Matt when he comes back to tell me, man, don't go anywhere. LeBron is finished. The Lakers got bounced, man. But big up, man.
Big up yourself.
Listen, Cal, we'll talk, man. UFC, I heard. UFC, man. Can't wait for that card.
Yeah, it needs to come soon, man.
Soon, man. But big up, man.
Big up, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, that was way over the timer still. Was the timer ticking down or?
No, I was just waiting for you to come back, to be fair.
Okay.
We didn't answer one of LTI's questions on who we'd like to see playing right centre midfield for Liverpool. For me, it's Trent. I don't know about you, Drift. Who would you want to see playing there? Whether it be a current player or a new player?
McAllister probably suits that position based on who we've been linked with at the moment. I think he will slot into that position brilliantly. I believe that's why we're buying him, unless we buy Mount, and then I think Mount would be the one would play in that position. But right now, I'll say McAllister.
Who do you think wins out, Spence and Crawford?
Crawford. So gassed that fight's happening.
It's about bloody time, innit?
I'm telling you. It's the most 50-50 fight I think I've ever watched, though.
Yeah. I'm going Crawford. I want Crawford to win as well. But I'm going Crawford. And yeah, I don't think Loma and Haney was a robbery by any stretch. It was a close fight, but I think it was an obvious winner in my opinion. I do think Loma won 7 out of the 12 rounds, which means he should have won on the scorecards in my personal opinion. But boxing will do what boxing does, isn't it? So
there's too many belts in boxing. That's what boxing's problem is.
Oh yeah, boxing's probably the most political sport out there, to be honest.
It truly is.
It's such a shame as well.
Yeah.
Right, let's get our next caller in. Jamal, Mr. Receipts.
Are you guys good?
Not
That's
too
good,
bad,
G.
brother. How are you?
So European League it is, man. That means we have to go to Gotham City and Hell's Kitchen and play Joker. You think, yeah, I'm not joking, guys, because I was watching the brackets for the Europa League. There's a team called Dynamo-1. It sounds like a COVID variant. There's a next team called Venus or Venus. I don't know how to pronounce that name. It sounds like a STD. What competition are we in now? I mean, come on, man. It's bad, but I was watching the Chelsea game yesterday, and Chelsea, man, you're a disgrace. I know we're not good enough, and I blame Liverpool, but still, the performance what Chelsea did yesterday was horrible, man. I mean, Chelsea is a gill name, but you don't have to throw it back every week, bro. I mean, come on, man. That was disgraceful. Did you see Fofana yesterday? Bro, what Rashford did to him was bad. Rashford was on Murray. You know, on Murray, they say, you are the father. That's Rashford. And Fofana. He owned him yesterday.
Back.
Yeah, I can't lie, man. It was bad. But yeah. But the funny thing was, soon as that game finished, Salah tweet. Was Salah actually watching that game thinking Chelsea was going to do something? Did man have on his Chelsea shirt back in 2014 or 2013? Had it on the chest in case. Because real soon as the game finished, man, tweet. But yeah, man, I just want to say, guys, it's our fault, man. It's our fault why we're not in top 4. Because Virgil at the start of the season was doing aftershave defending, shampoo defending. So and Trent was doing Rock Nation defending. So yeah, it's our fault. But I just want to end on, guys, now that Arsenal has lost the league, did you guys really thought Arsenal was going to win this league?
At one point, I did, yeah.
I did, yeah.
After knowing what City did to us. Because that would just give my reason. The reason why I think Arsenal was never going to win the league, because the pressure, man, and their young side. I think they're the second youngest side in the league. So, because it's very easy playing games in August and September. But, bro, when it hits July, maybe I know you say July. When it hits May, bro, that's when the real pressure comes in. So, I always feel Manchester City will win. And the last thing, guys, Carl, I think you're going to get disappointed by this transfer window, man. Because the players you like were not even linked to. And the right winger position, I'm telling you now, so you can deal with it now, Carl. We're not buying any more strikers or attackers. You have to believe it, bro. We're not buying. So in this, I'm gonna give you some names and tell me what you rate out of 10. Timber as a centre back.
Yeah.
McAllister, Lavia, because I think Lavia could be like a Caicedo. No one rated him a year ago, but I feel he could explode if he gets the right club. And the next one is Tim. Oh, sorry, and Timber. That's it.
You said Timber. Jamal jumped out real quick. I'll be honest. I've made peace that I don't think this is going to be a good window for us. I keep on saying I'm worried. I'm not just saying it for the sake of it. I am genuinely worried about Liverpool Football Club. Timber out of 10. I think he's good. I think he can be a little clumsy sometimes on the ball, but I do think he's a good player. I don't understand us buying a right centre back. We have 3 already.
It could be because Matip's going.
Maybe, but we still, apart from Virgil, don't have a left centre back.
But you can play a right-sided. You can play a right-footed centre back on the left side as Virgil does. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
But none of them seem as comfortable there. Matip and Konate and Joe.
Ibu's been quite good when he's played that side, right? I'm sure Ibu was all right. He's only done it twice to my knowledge, but he wasn't bad at it.
I think McAllister is a very tidy player, a very good player. He can't transform the midfield by himself. Lavia, again, I think is a project DM. Very good player again, but I want someone more established. So if I was going to rate the players based on how they would affect our team, I'd probably go a 6 or a 7 for all of them. All very good players.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd give McAllister around a 7.5. I think McAllister's a proper player still. Yeah. I really like McAllister. I'm actually happy with McAllister.
My worry is I've seen McAllister with Caicedo, who is as dynamic as it gets.
No, I've also seen him play with DePaul and Enzo and still been a don. He doesn't need like an absolute nutter next to him, bro. He can still. He's a very good player. He's a very good player. Of course,
of a tournament, though, it's very different.
But it's still a sample size of him playing without Caicedo, right? And he still did well. That's what I mean. I think McAllister is going to be a real important player to us if we do get it over the line. I do. So yeah, I'd give him a bit of a higher. I'd give him a higher rating than that.
I hope. All right, let's get our next caller in. Jay.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, what's going on, Jay?
How y'all doing?
Yeah, well, man, that's good.
I mean, Klopp said, the real trophy's the friends we met along the way, right? That's the real trophy. That's all that matters. We made friends along. We met Cody Gakpo we met Arthur Melo. He met Fabio Carvalho, even though he's leaving. These are the friends we made along the way. I don't even know if Arthur Melo's real, is he?
I don't know.
He'll play against Southampton.
If he plays against Southampton, I'll be worried about him. They ain't got nothing to play for, and they just see this random dude on the pitch. Like, who's this civilian playing in the Premier League?
I'm like Make-A-Wish, bro.
But yeah, I want to do something a little lighter today. Let's just do some trivia, some Liverpool history trivia. Let's see if I know y'all's Liverpool knowledge a little bit. Do you know what year Liverpool won their first league title?
Oh, bloody hell.
Bruv, after the day I've had, I am never going to be able to remember something that crazy. It was in the 60s, right?
No, but well before the first league title, Drifty?
No.
It's well before that.
Okay, yeah. That's what I'm saying. My brain is off today, bro.
So the current record holder for the fastest Premier League hat trick belongs to one Sadio Mane. Who held the record before him?
Robbie Fowler.
Look at you. That's great. Do you know?
I was annoyed at that until he came Liverpool.
So was I.
Do you remember what minute in the game did Divock Origi score the winner versus Barcelona?
78.
78.
Oh, was it 8? Oh,
78th minute. And the first league title was, I believe, 1901.
Oh shit.
We entered the Football League, I believe, in 1897.
Yeah.
We won in 1901. Played in our first FA Cup final versus Burnley in 1914, I believe. That was the other question I was going to ask y'all, but there was no way y'all were going to know that.
Yeah,
That's Burnley's only FA Cup win at the same time.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And yeah, I just wanted to lighten up the mood. Everybody's going at each other. Hasn't been a good season, you know. Everyone has a bad season, like Drifty says, but I don't also want to minimize it as just a bad season because that also lets everybody off the hook. Like you can have a bad season, but it's just, you know, we're Liverpool Football Club. We have to do better than that.
yeah.
I agree with that.
It's somewhere in the middle, you know. I don't think either of you are wrong. It's just somewhere in the middle. You know, Drifty's optimistic and Kyle is a little bit more pessimistic, and that's fine.
I'm not pessimistic. I'm pissed off, bro.
You,
But
the fact that you're pissed off is making you a little bit more pessimistic, like
Maybe,
about
yeah.
the sunburn and everything.
Yeah.
And I'd just like to point out, Matt's been missing since the Lakers got swept. So we ain't seen that brother since, man.
But
He been
Jay,
MIA. But I'm gonna let y'all go.
Gotta keep it fair, bro. Gotta keep it fair, bro.
Everything he does is so aggressive, bro.
Gotta keep it fair, man. But big up Jay as always.
Right, we haven't seen this caller in a little while. Some call him Kilo. We call him Chris on here.
Heard there's an issue with L5 to L1, so rescan them.
Okay. I don't know, man was moving kilos or what?
Push it to the limit.
We'll bring in the next caller while he wraps up that conversation. Zlatan, welcome to the show. You're on mute, bro. If you can hear us.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you, man. How are you?
Happening? Oh dear God, I was excited. I was gonna say, "What's up? How you doing?" You know, and have some energy, and then it just muted. What a buzzkill!
What's good though, man?
it's so good. I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Not too bad, bro.
Not too bad, bro.
Yeah, Matt. I heard Matt got swept by some Lakers river.
He's not having a good season all round, no matter what team it is, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, look, too bad for having a GOAT, LeBron James, got swept.
Got to talk to Cal. He's the basketball guy.
I just want to let me get closer to the audio. Matt, is that your GOAT? He got swept. Swept, I tell you. Anyway, I just want to do a bit of banter, but you know, just I don't know if you guys saw that we were linked with some younger CB from Wolfsburg. It looks like Klopp's best friend is trying to have us sign players from his previous club. So, but I checked him out from eye test wise. He looks really fast. I mean, he's as fast as Nunes in terms of speed, top speed. It's like 36.35 kilometer per hour was what he clocked in terms of his speed, and he's faster than some of our strikers, even like Mo Salah. So that's impressive. But you know, I'm not convinced in terms of, you know, we need some big name CB for us to be able to say, hey, we signed someone. And the guess is that Matip or Gomez might go this transfer window. So who do you think is going to be? Who do you think is going to end up at Liverpool at the end of the day? And the name of that center back is Mikey van de Ven, and he's from Wolfsburg. He's about 22 years old. Really, really tall, very comfortable playing the almost like a fullback sometimes, like a left fullback, and he's about 6'4". So, what do you think about that? And then the other question I had was more of who would be, let's say ideally, Gravenberch doesn't come, and Ugarte, we can't sign Ugarte. Who would be the ideal midfielder in your opinion? So that's my two questions.
Cool.
Bless you,
Ooh,
bro.
just on
What's
the
up now?
button. All right, G,
Yeah,
we'll chop that out now, man. Big up as always, man.
big up. And then Matt, I'll see you next week when you come
Oh.
back from being swept up.
All right, G, big up, man.
Big up.
Who do you think will sign Drift?
At this point, bro, I have no idea, I think McAllister does look like the one that's most likely to happen. After that, I don't know. Is the budgeting? Who is it we want? I don't know. I don't know, bro. We'll just have to wait and see. I hope Ugarte is someone that we are genuinely. I hope the rumors are true that we're going to stop him going PSG and we're going to go for him. Mount, I heard very, very reliable sources, but things do seem to be changing a little bit now based on us being in Europa League. He seems to be one of the ones where, like, not being in the Champions League has affected it. He wants Champions League football, so now Man United or Arsenal might actually be the team that get him. So yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I can name loads of players I want, but if we're being realistic, I just don't know who it will be.
I think we get one centre midfielder, one defender, and then one project player, but I don't know where that project player will be, what position that project player will play. I think we get 3 players. If we can't get Gravenberch and Ugarte, who would be 2 ideal players? So we're looking at 1 DM and 1 box to box.
McAllister and Caicedo. You just go to Brighton and spend 170 million, and you're good to go. 160 mil, whatever it would be, and you're good to go.
I think we're looking at being more realistic.
But I do believe that should be realistic for Liverpool. It should be. I don't think I'm being wild when I say we should go and buy those 2. Like, I think that is what we should be doing. We talk about standards. As a club, that's what we should be doing.
Champions League teams are in for Caicedo, though.
Yeah, but sometimes you can have the manager that's more appealing and have a project that's... I mean, when you get a very young player, I think it's a little bit easier to let them know that the Champions League isn't as important. If you're like 27, 28, you're at the stage of your career where you really are like, I want to play. If you're like 21, like Caicedo, I think you can deal with 1 year out of it to get back in it when you've never played in it. You're young. It's all about making the right move at that age more than just a move for Champions League. So I think you could convince Caicedo to come Liverpool, and then we get Champions League next year. We're still in Europe. It's not the elite, but he's still going to get to play European football. So
you could do that at Brighton, though.
What, play Europe? Yeah, but I mean, like, with an actual real chance of winning. No disrespect, because Brighton are good, but Brighton, it'll be very...
The reason I say
if they won that.
We can't just go on the premise that we'll be out of it for 1 season. Champions League is a big pool for players. When
yeah,
we got
but I don't
Salah
think
and
it's as big of a pull as people think it is.
We would never have got Salah and Virgil without Champions League football.
No, I definitely think we could have.
Absolutely.
Definitely Salah.
But Chelsea,
definitely. They wanted to come and play for Klopp, Cal.
But Chelsea and Man City were in for Virgil van Dijk. He was not.
Yeah, but Virgil wanted to play for Klopp.
Yes, Klopp that was in the Champions League. If we weren't in the Champions League, Virgil wouldn't have signed for us.
I don't believe that. I definitely think we could have got Salah without Champions League football.
I don't.
If we signed Mane without Champions
Virgil was already playing Europa with Southampton, if I'm not mistaken.
No, but what I'm saying is, I think we underestimate players putting a lot of thought into the move being good for them all round, not just thinking about 1 season. because you've got to remember, Champions League for one season they're signing 4, 5, 6-year contracts. So I don't think they just think about what that one first season will be. I think they think about the project generally, unless they're mercenary and they just go for the money. And I think that those players wanted to play for Klopp and Liverpool with Klopp at the helm. We signed Mane. Mane and Salah are pretty much similar in terms of like the stages of their career and everything.
No,
Man United were after Mane, and he still picked Liverpool.
But Salah was a regular in the Champions League with Roma and Basel.
But I do think he loved what the idea of the project was. He said he had unfinished business in the Premier League, and Liverpool were the team that he really felt was a good move. I think we could have got Salah without Champions League. I mean, this is all hearsay, but I do think we can. We got Mane without Champions League, so I think we could have got Salah without Champions League.
If we're not going to get Gravenberch and Ugarte, ideally for me, I'd probably go Kone and Thuram.
Oh, no Rice.
Rice isn't realistic.
Oh, we're just talking about being realistic.
Yeah. I mean, I'd love to see what Rice's price is going to be, because if Bellingham's price is 88 million and Rice has got a year left on his contract and isn't seen as highly favoured as Bellingham, I'll be very interested to see what fee he goes for. Because look, I'll be honest with you. Again, I don't think we can get him because of the whole Champions League thing at the moment. But if Rice goes for like 70 mil and we're not even involved, I have a massive issue with that. If we don't even inquire for 70 mil for Rice, I've got a major issue with that. 70 mil for Rice, for me, is very good value for money.
I think West Ham are going to be able to play it very smart, though. I think they're going to be they're going to know that there's so many teams desperate for him. They won't take the risk of waiting for him to be free. They'll pay. So West Ham will get a very good price. Because if you put yourself in Chelsea, Man United, and Arsenal shoes, who are the three teams that want him, and even Man City have been actually linked now because they might get rid of Calvin and then they might bring in Declan. If you, other than City, those other clubs are desperate for that position. And West Ham, no, they can't wait a year. They can't. Especially Man United and Arsenal. They cannot wait a year. They can't play the game of, I will get him for free. They can't. Next season means everything to both Arteta and Ten Hag. They will be able to end up getting the money they want, West Ham. This is one occasion where I think the contract doesn't matter. There's a bidding war that's going to happen. And West Ham can just sit back and go, who's willing to pay the most? So I think he will still go for around Bellingham money, you know, Cal. I do. Because it's a whole different ball game. Real Madrid getting Bellingham doesn't affect the Premier League. But all these Premier League clubs wanting the same guy, it's going to actually be a raffle. Do you know what I mean? So I think he still goes for 80 plus. I do.
Let's see. All right, let's bring in our next caller. Like Chris Angel in the building.
Why you had to do me dirty like that and shit?
Nah. I didn't know what the conversation was, bro.
We didn't hear coordinates and we didn't hear amounts, bro. You're good, bro.
I didn't say nothing like that. People in the super chat gonna believe some shit, man. They gonna have the feds knocking on my door or something. Man. You got the kids upstairs and shit. What's going on, man? How y'all doing, man? Y'all doing all right?
Yeah, man. Blessed, man. Blessed.
But I have an issue with Mr. Winfrey over here and shit. You know what I mean? This dude came at the medical team, man. We got the best medical team in the country and shit in Liverpool. I don't appreciate he coming at the Liverpool medical team and shit. You know what I mean? We got the best medical team. We got the best training methods in the club and shit. I don't appreciate how you came at them and shit. So I need you to explain yourself and stuff why you came at them and shit.
You want him on full screen?
Yeah, I want him on full screen. So he's talking a lot of shit.
I'll make sure it happens.
All right, we'll make him off this stuff. You know what I mean? I don't like him disrespecting the medical team. We got the best medical team in the country and shit. But I know a player that we haven't really been talking about that he's going on free this summer. I don't know if you guys consider him an option. Asensio. I don't know if you guys will take him this summer and stuff on a free. It'll be a nice cover. You know, we've been screaming for a cover for Salah for a long time. He has the experience. He's young. So I don't know what you guys think about him as an option for us, in my opinion. I also wanted to ask you guys, have you been watching the the U20 World Cup?
No, I haven't. No.
Oh man, you're missing. There's a lot of good talent out there and stuff.
Jamrock said that as well.
There's a lot of good talent. Ecuador just won 9-0 and shit.
Oh
wow.
Yeah, Ecuador right now doing pretty good and shit. They're producing a lot of good talent and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Kendry, I think he's already going to Chelsea if I'm correct. But he's doing a madness and stuff. Kall-In did good as well too. We're in the top of the group and stuff, so we're doing all right. Hopefully, we can do something because we suck and shit. But hopefully we can do something as a nation and shit. You guys know Juan Pablo Angel and shit.
Juan Pablo Angel.
Yeah, his son scored the winner and shit the other day.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah. So we're doing all right. Yeah, Juan Pablo Angel's son. His name is Tomas Angel. He scored the winner against some Japan and shit. So, you know what I mean? It feels good and shit. But that's kind of all I had to say and shit. I haven't been on for a while, so I feel weird being on the camera and shit. So.
Nah, good to see you, man.
Yo, Drift. I just got a bottle of Henny Black and shit.
It's smooth as hell, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of nice. I ain't gonna lie.
Bro, it's smooth as hell, bro. Yeah, I love that shit, man. We can't get it in England.
I got an apple tree outside and shit. I just planted it outside.
I'm expecting the best of the best, bro.
All right, let me get out of here before you put that craziness accent.
Big up, bro. Big up, bro. Love as always, G. Big up, G.
The medical team. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. It stinks. It stinks. The medical team stinks. Like, I don't know what the hell happens behind the closed doors. I don't know what the hell our training method is. I see MMA fighters going through a full training camp get less injuries than our players get. So I don't get it. Unless it changes, it's just going to be rinse and repeat. It's ridiculous. We need new medical staff, team, everything, it seems. So sooner the better.
Fair dues.
Asensio, not for me.
I would. I think he's turned his career around a little bit from what I thought it was spiraling into. And I would. I think there's still a player in there. For free, there's a player in there, Cal. I'll take Asensio. I would.
I'd rather us go for a player who's like the next big thing, or who's fully ready, that there's no questions potentially. I know a player
now you're not being realistic, man. But you said to be realistic.
I mean, again, we can go back and forth on this. The reason why it's not realistic is because I don't think our manager wants a right winger. I think he sees Elliott as
if he did want one, and it was someone who you wanted, like a Diaby, there's no way we're going to pull the 70 mil out that it would cost to get.
No, that might be true. But it'd be very hard to convince a Diaby to come here as well. I think Elliott's the backup right winger for next season, Elliott and Doak.
One thing I will say is I saw quite a good, reputable journalist today say that with Mount now looking like he's not going to be coming, we've turned our attentions to Kudos, which would be a good switch. I'm sure a lot more of our fan base will be happy with Kudos than Mount. Can play in different positions, could cover the right wing if need be. And that's not the greatest thing in the world, but it can be done.
When you say things like it can be done.
No, because I'm being realistic and basing it off of what we know we're like.
I'm done with that stuff. I just want a player who comes in and says, I'm a winger. I'm here to take Diaz or Salah's position. That's all I want. I don't want a man who goes.
We're not Man City, bruv, so we're not going to get that, are we? Because I don't even think Man United or Arsenal would do that at this point. Go and spend 70 million on
Anthony, bruv, last summer.
Yeah, because they needed that position.
They didn't.
They're not going to go and buy another right winger for 70 mil, though.
Sancho, what did Sancho come to the club as?
No, but Sancho's actually got real issues, bruv. Like, he was in counselling and everything.
No, but I'm saying they've got two right wingers in Anthony and Sancho.
No, because I do truly believe that they really want to play Rashford down the middle. And I think the Sancho situation is kind of like he's got issues in it. Like, there's clearly something wrong.
I don't think they want to play. I think they want to buy a striker and play Rashford from the left. Rashford down the middle makes no sense. Maybe you're negating all of Rashford's talents by playing him through the middle.
But I do think that Sancho, it's because Sancho's got some issues. It's like some proper issues. And I'm not even saying that in a like condescending way, like that. It's obvious something's not right in it with Sancho. He got sent away for 3 months. Like, that's mad. I've never ever seen that ever in football, that a player's just been allowed 3 months off. So there's something going on there. But they won't do it again, though, Cal. They're not going to go and buy another right winger now for 70 million because they've got Antony now. You know what I mean? So
United. Yeah, admittedly, I've not watched the Under-20s World Cup. I've heard some good things, so I'm going to try and catch up on it. But yeah, big up Chris as always. Right, let's get our next caller in. The brother of the channel. He has his own channel, Bayesian Reds TV. So make sure you go and subscribe and tune into that. It's been a minute, I feel, since we've spoken to him on here. Brother Barnes, welcome to the show, bro.
What's going on, G?
My two brothers, how you guys doing?
Not too shabby,
you look
bro.
like you're on holiday. You're on holiday.
No, I'm at home, man. It's just nice and sunny in Toronto. Finally,
okay.
It's warm.
No, it looks nice, bro. It looks all right. It looks all right, bro.
That's what I heard. I heard you get the good winter, you get the good summers and the bad winters. That's not a bad trade-off, to be fair. I'll take that.
Yeah, summers are too short, though.
I was gonna say, I know about the trade-off there.
To be guaranteed,
winter, bro.
To be guaranteed, it's like New York. You get a good summer, but you get a really cold winter. But I'll take the trade-off for a guaranteed summer. In England, we never know what we're getting. You know?
That's true.
You know what I mean? But what's good though, G?
I'm good, man. So, Cal, I got a question for you because I heard you talking earlier, right? You don't like multiple positions, bro?
You got me still. You said I'm just a straight right back, yeah. Fully solid.
Oh man. Oh, I wasn't expecting that one.
Oh man.
Listen, man. I heard my two young brothers debating heated. I'm like, all right, big brother's gotta step in here now and lighten up the mood, man. I gotta lighten up the mood.
Mission accomplished, bro.
Quickly!
Oh my days.
Oh man. All right, I got two quick questions for you guys that is trivia, so you guys can scoop it up. Which team did we beat in the 1981 European Cup final, and who scored the winning goal?
81.
Roma, right?
It's Kenny, no?
Mm-mm.
Hold on.
Wasn't
81.
Kenny?
No, it was a defender.
Phil Neal?
Mm-mm.
It wasn't Phil Neal
Drifty's
either.
right. No. Alan Kennedy scored the winner.
Kennedy.
That's it.
Oh, was that penalty shootout?
No, it was in the game. 8 minutes to go, we beat Real Madrid.
Oh, sorry, I'm thinking of a different one. Yes.
Yeah, Roma was the penalty shootout. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And
he scored the winning penalty in the Roma shootout, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. The next one,
you lot playing with our memories tonight, boy. Flipping hell.
we signed John Arisa in 2001 for $4 million from Monaco. Who did he score his debutant goal against? Which
Everton.
team and what competition?
Chelsea, weren't it? Was it Chelsea?
Nope. Believe it or not, his debut goal was not even in the Prem. It was in a cup competition.
Was it Champions League qualification?
No. European Super Cup.
Against Bayern Munich.
Oh shit! Was that his first goal? Yeah.
Yeah, we won that game 3-2. We went 3-0 up, and they brought it back to 3-2.
Oh shit!
If I'm not mistaken, his first Prem goal was against Everton. No,
I think
they went on a
I'd
jinky
have
run and
to
then smashed it
research
underneath
that.
the goalkeeper.
For some reason, I thought his
Actually,
first
I
goal was
can tell you
against
right
Chelsea.
now. No, his
Maybe I'm
first goal was a blistering free kick against Manchester United at Anfield.
Was that his first Premier League goal? That can't be. Surely not. Was he not in? Was he not flying at that point when he scored that goal against Man United?
No, I don't think that was his first one, Bayesian Barnes. I don't think it was.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm almost certain it was Everton.
I'm gonna research that. Your memory is top notch. Still, it's better than mine. But yeah, I'll research that. But
He
his
went on a
debut
jinky
was
run
against
against Everton
Bayern.
and smashed it. Goalkeeper should have done better, but he smashed it and it went kind of under the goalkeeper as he dived. I think that was his first. I might be wrong. I think that was his first though.
Yeah, but look, I know my timer is up, and I don't want Drift to put me on no video. So big up to you two.
Big
my
up
brothers.
to you.
Cal.
Our show's coming soon.
Yeah, we got a show coming up. You know,
I know a special edition where I'm going to speak about basketball for free, just for you, bro. So
I appreciate that. And Drift,
No,
make sure you
look,
get on
brothers do
Beijing
brothers
Reds
things,
TV,
innit?
bro. Yes,
Yeah,
of
yeah.
course,
Come
of
on,
course.
come on, man. Definitely, bro. Definitely.
But Cal, work on those positions, bro.
We got Bayesian Barnes as always. Guys, make sure you go and check out Bayesian Reds TV. Great channel they're building there. Please go and check out Bayesian Pops as well. Big up yourself.
100%. What are you saying, Cal? Just a big spoon, little spoon thing, yeah?
I don't want to say anything too incriminating still. I'm a Swiss Army knife. That's what I will say, bro.
Okay.
Man, a long distance dollar. Let's get our next caller in.
give me a sec, G. Give me a sec.
Big bucks. If there's ever anyone I can have some fun with, now we've got a show on our hand. Big bucks, Chelsea fan, talk to me. You're on mute, bro. I'll come when you come. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back now. So I do something. So someone came in the room in it. I had to chat to them. But yeah. Well, go on. What are you telling me, Callum? I've spoken
You
to
tell me, bro.
It's been depressing. The last time I came when it was, I think February. It hasn't got any better. It's got worse. How could it get worse, bro? Oh my days,
I've enjoyed
man.
watching from afar.
I bet you have. Flipping out, man. But honestly, I think this is the worst season from a big club ever. Actually, I don't think it is. It is.
Yeah, it is.
16 L's.
Hold on, in the Prem?
Yes, Callum. 22 in total. Yeah, I know. It's thinking it.
Nah. 16 in one season. Nah. You've had
crazy,
less wins than you've had losses.
Yeah, definitely. It's crazy.
Oh,
man.
big up Chelsea, man. I needed that today.
Flipping out, man. Honestly, bruv, yesterday was the Man United. You know, guys, yeah, like I don't hate Liverpool like that, innit? So losing to Liverpool is pain. Arsenal, I've become used to losing to, but Man United, you know, there's one team I don't want to lose to, man, because obviously I grew up in the era where it was United, Chelsea, two best teams, innit? So in school, I was surrounded by United fans. So that's personal fixture to me. It's like you with Arsenal, like you hate Arsenal, yeah. So losing to them, it just hurts, man. 4-1, like, why is it the one game we get battered is them? Like, flipping out, man. It's disgusting, man. This season's been a disgrace, man. Literally, half the school has been you laughing at me, like, oh my god.
It's been beautiful.
Yeah. Todd Bowley he's come on and just messed up everything, bro. Honestly, bro. Like, we are shambles, man. Honestly, it's peak fast. But listen, Chelsea need to fix up next season because I was watching the Prem Panel show last night. Yeah, Gunnar Lee said We have to be competing for the title. I agree with him. Next season, we have to win the league. How about that? We have to win the league.
Yeah.
Win the league. Oh, you will we shine. You will we shine. Win the league. Nah, man. I might have anything less than that, bro. This season's been hell. Bro, we're 12th. But literally, no one takes him seriously, you know. And I talk football. No one takes him seriously. Everyone's like, yeah, you're 12. Shut up. You're 12. Shut up. No one takes him seriously. Gosh, man, this season's been hell, man. Man. I hate it.
50, do you know how many L's they've taken? 16, bro. That's just the Prem. It's just the Prem, bro. Oh, you're mute.
That's it. I don't even mean to be shady, but I thought it was more than that. Still, I'm never gonna lie. I thought it was like 7 in a row just in the last couple games, isn't it, or something like that?
16 L's in a Prem season.
Minus 9 goal difference, man. Minus 9. We scored. No, we've scored as many goals as Haaland, bro.
What, throughout the whole season?
Yes, bro. Here you go.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
That's mad.
Chelsea, come on now.
35 goals in the league.
Now 37 now. I think we scored a consolation last night. Ooh, 37.
You scored an average of 1 goal a game all season.
That's
no,
crazy.
you don't. No, you don't. Leave us alone.
No.
That's crazy.
But you can't talk because your man just said that we're happy to win Europa League, so you can't talk. Mate, you can't say that. Man said your trophy. What did he say something like that? He said the family feeling is a trophy, something like that. Come on, man. You are not any better, fam. So yeah, hell, next season bounce back. That's all I got to say. Fix up Chelsea, or you will be shown. Fix up. Yeah.
Big up yourself, man. Big up, no, man.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, see you later, man. You know, it's nice to put a face to the voice as well.
Yeah, he's hilarious, man.
Yeah, I like Big Bucks, man. Big
Him and
Bucks is
Abs, man, they're two of the best Chelsea fans we know, man.
Yeah, man, 100%.
Obviously, Lewis as well. Big up Lewis as well. Obviously.
Yeah. I ain't seen Abs in a minute, for real.
I know.
It's been a minute,
brother. I mean, it's hard for Chelsea fans to really show any.
Yeah. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Abs' dad is a Liverpool fan as well, so the whole house is must be peeved right now.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I just
in general, innit? Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I've never seen a season this bad from a supposed.
Oh no, that's why we had to speak about it on the Prem Panel show yesterday. Tottenham and Chelsea, but especially Chelsea, are mudded, bro. They are mudded.
Tottenham long term are in a worse position, but right now this is the worst. Bruv, an 100%. Average of 1 goal a game all season.
16 L's. That's mad, bro.
That's just one competition. That's not even the course of a season in all comps, you know. That's one competition. They're in the 20s for losses. They're in the 20s.
We have to talk about the fact that Lampard should actually be banned from being a manager. Not let him make the decision. He should be banned, bro.
Do you know what's really hurt?
Unless he's going to be Everton manager again. Ban him.
I needed 1 more game in charge for Lampard for Everton. Just
for
one
Everton.
more.
Yeah, I know. And they would have took 1 more L, innit?
Just 1 more, man.
Cal, no bullshit. Worst manager ever.
Do you want to hear something, no Drift, that I didn't even want to say out loud, but someone's going to say it, so I thought I'd beat them to it.
What's that?
We ain't beat Lampard this season, I don't think.
Yeah, that's quite bad still. Yeah.
We ain't scored against Lampard this season.
That's an indictment on us still.
No further comments.
No, but I think the first game wasn't Lampard though, right? When we played them the first time round. Has Lampard been in charge that long?
Are you talking about Chelsea or
Oh, you're including Everton.
Yeah.
Sorry. I thought you was talking about Chelsea. So
not good, bruv. Not good. Right, let's get our next caller in.
Yeah. Let's fly through these last ones to wrap up now.
Man like Ghost.
Yo.
Gold bottles in the building.
Yeah. Three liters, baby. 3 liters. So what's that?
I know that 3 liter of water, bro.
I don't know what you're celebrating, big man, but drink up.
Not all at once.
Big up,
It's not
big up.
3 liters, bro. Like,
No, on a
True,
good
true that,
night.
true
On
that.
a good night. One bottle on a good night. We'll be all right.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not even into champagne, so it's all good. I'm a whiskey guy, so you know how that is. But yo, I know it's 3 minutes, and I'm not trying to get a video just like Beijing Red said. So let me get into this, yo. I wanted to talk about what you guys have been hashing out. You know, I know what I might say might even spark another 20, 30-minute debate between the two of you. But on some real, look, I know what it's like to try to do things right in the sense of I had the hashtag 71 points. We're not getting 71 points, getting 69 possibly. It's a better number anyway. But still, like, I think we still have a lot of things to make up for next season. And I'm not trying to dispute that fact. Okay. But yet the fact that I support my club, that I'm bold enough to say those things in support of them, I'm bold enough to want success for our club, is a measure of, I think, sometimes the character that we see in a lot of our fellow fans, unfortunately. Because realistically, a lot of people sometimes say things and they want to see failure to prop up their agenda or prop up their stance of, you know, the spewing of the hatred or whatever out there. And then as soon as you mess up a little bit, they're quick to just, you know, pounce on you. You know, and one thing I can say about this fan base, and one thing I've always championed, is that I believe our fan base is the best fan base in the world. I believe not only are we not the fan base, we are loyal and supportive. You know, and I mean, I follow people's platforms on YouTube that I'm not even remotely associated in their opinions on. You know, and it might be the polar opposite, but yet I support them because they're red. It's plain and simple. I hit the subscribe, I hit the like button, and I keep it moving because I want to see all Reds rise above and be mighty like we're supposed to be. But I mean, I also can't say enough about how what Drifty was saying is how I feel. I feel as though often we are so quick to bring down these players, bring down coaches when as soon as they have a flaw or as soon as they have a mess up, but yet we don't hold the same accountability for ourselves in the sense of we're quick to be, oh, you're out or you messed up or whatever the case, but yet we don't hold that accountability when we say, oh, well, you know, I've seen people burn kit, for instance, when a player goes to another team, but yet, like, you know, that it's not always the same as being equal. I see my time's running out, so there's a lot more. I'll just talk on. You'll have to tune in on to my channel, man. Like, hopefully everyone does as well. But
what's
yeah,
it called?
Liverpool 12th man.
Brother, come on, man.
Yeah.
We got to sort something out. We got to sort something out.
Yeah. I'd love to have a real debate with you guys.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
no timers.
Yeah, man.
the way-
We didn't even know, Bob. So let us know, man.
Yeah, for sure,
the link and all that, so we can share out. Also, you see the kit you're wearing right now?
Yeah,
it's escaped my possession.
Oh,
That's the one kit
edition, bro. I know.
Bro, it's the one kit I tried so hard to get and I could never get. That kit is beautiful.
Yeah, man. I bought this off of eBay. I bought it from someone in England too. So
yeah, I know that set you back a lot.
Yeah, it wasn't cheap, but hey,
I know,
that's
bro,
my love.
I know the prices, bro. I'd have to remortgage and rent the house out, bro.
Well, make sure you put the link to your channel in the chat, bro, so the people.
I will for sure. And hopefully we can collab.
We'll get something sorted out as well, man.
Definitely.
Yeah, appreciate it, brothers.
Love
And
always, G.
yeah, you'll never walk alone. Big up to the Reds and
big up yourself.
Love to the Kopish platform.
Big up as always, man. Big up,
Definitely.
G. Guys, make sure you go and show your love for 12th man, man.
Yeah,
when he puts the
100%.
link in, make sure you get over there, man. Good guy, man. Right, we're gonna fly through.
I agree with everything 12th man
Oh.
said there, to be honest, by the way. I actually literally agree with everything he said. That was spot on.
Yeah, I do too. Me and 12 man do agree a lot, to be fair.
No, you do. And I'll be honest, me and 12 man don't agree on a lot of things, but what he said and how he articulated himself there, I fully agree with.
Yeah, that kit is one of the best things.
It's
that's
beautiful, bro.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
It's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, Cal. I saw it one time, and I shied away from the price. I could have had it, but I shied away from the price. Yeah.
Where did you see it on the New Balance website? But I still check the New Balance now to see if they throw it up there just on a random.
Oh yeah, no. It was like a little bit like what 12 man was saying. Like it was like a third party selling it, and they knew it was. I think they wanted 170.
Yeah, I can't.
It was. I remember I looked at the price and I said, it doesn't matter how much I like the kit. I'm not paying that. Not for a kit.
Yeah, but I'll be honest. I don't know if I'm going to get this season's kit because
I know. £115 it's a madness, bro.
Yeah, but it's not just that as well. Bro.
It's a madness, bro.
It's as brother. But I've got two prospects, bro. Like,
yeah. I mean, that's where you could be like, look, kids, you're gonna have to learn in life. You know, I get everything, and you get it, and they don't. But
I know, but it's more for. If I'm going to be honest, it's more of a selfish reason. I do like to see the kids get their kits. Like especially like Robbie don't really understand, but Stevie, brother, he loves his Liverpool kits, man. He loves.
There's nothing better than being a kid and having a kit. There's nothing better, bro.
I feel so. I'll be honest, bro. There's certain kits that I'll only wear if I know Stevie's not at home when we're filming, or if he's at nursery, or
because he doesn't have it.
Yeah, because I feel bad. I would feel bad. Like, I don't spoil Stevie, but when it comes to kits, I probably do. When it comes to that stuff, I do. Like, and yeah, I'll be like, bruv, you've seen he's got the cream one. I ain't even got that.
Yeah, I know. But remember, it was only available in the small.
Yeah,
that was the whole problem. That was the only one. I'm like, like all the skinny guys, they weren't out here, but all the bigger guys, it was gone. But yeah, mad thing. All right, well, let's fly through the last couple people that we have then, guys.
Let's call her in. Dean, welcome to the show, bro.
What's going on?
You're on mute, bro. You're on mute.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
What's up, bro? It's been a while, long time. Well, I saw
your output volume.
Is it too much?
Yeah, massive.
Okay. Is it clear now?
1 2 1 2.
No. Okay, cool.
Still here, man.
Yeah, I came prepared for like Klopp and stuff, man. But now with what I saw with Drifty, it's gonna get emotional still.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, I mean, I really feel bad for Drifty, man. I don't want to lie.
What you gonna do?
It's like his father. It's like I'm talking about his father.
I'll carry the weight on my shoulders.
No, man. So I mean, I think probably next time when I come, because I had prepared some stuff, man, and I did a little bit of research on Klopp and the power that he has at the club and whatnot. Apparently, since the beginning of his career at Liverpool, Klopp has been the one making the final decisions when it comes to. So he sends in the scout to scout the players. He speaks to the director of football and whatnot. Then before the signature, Klopp is the one who says, "Yes, I want this player or not," and that's been happening since the beginning of time. So apparently, as much as we say Pep Linders and this and that. Yeah, he can spot the player, but Klopp will still have the final say when it comes to the player being at the club. So everything that's been happening at the club is still going to turn back to him, to Klopp, in terms of because the problem, if you compare Klopp with other managers, right? He's looking for system players that fits his style, but there isn't a lot of players out there that can really come on and play what Mane was doing and take over his role, because players are completely different, unless if we have to spend another maybe 100 million to find a player that plays like Mane and whatnot. So it's very difficult. I mean, I wish I really had more time, but I feel like as much as we say club this, club that, we need to really look at him and say, yeah, he has done good things, he's done wonders. But then leads to my final question. Has Klopp underachieved or overachieved looking at what he's done for the past 6 years? What would you say we underachieved or overachieved? Because personally, I think we underachieved because we had a lot in our locker to win more. We have shown every season that we can do more. I think we underachieved. We could have done better personally if we're more ambitious. So anyways, I wish I had more time. I'm just going to do this drifting. I'm just gonna do this.
Yeah, go on them some water, my yo. So stop calling me the brother. Stop calling me the pussy. Kiss me. Stop out my tongue. Stop out my tongue. Stop out my tongue. Kiss me for my lip. Dog, go suck your mother, man.
No, big up D, man. Big up D.
Look, what do you think about the first set of things you were saying regarding Klopp having power and stuff?
I've always known that Klopp has the final say. That's always been the case. Like, I don't think we all knew that though, right? We all knew he had the final say. Whether what he was advised on was neither here nor there, but he always had final say though. He did always have final say. So, I mean, I don't really think we've made any poor signings other than really Naby, Ox, but that was down to injuries, not talent. Adrian, but then again, he's become a good third choice.
Karius.
Karius, but that was right at the beginning of his tenure anyway. I mean, how many bad signings have we made? Not many. Not many. So I don't know. I mean, I would definitely call our transfer doings. I give it at least an 80 to 85 under Klopp. I don't know about you, Cal, but I think we pretty much do get it right.
I think on the whole we do. I don't want to name names because that will open up a whole nother can of worms. And
yeah, I want to go bed.
Yeah. Has Klopp underachieved or overachieved in your opinion?
I think it's easy to say we've underachieved based on how close we've come, how good we were. But we've been up against a juggernaut, man, and it's been fine margins. And I definitely think the majority of what we've achieved has been in spite of FSG, not because of. And Klopp was punching above his weight for a lot of the time. So I'm not going to say Klopp's underachieved. Maybe overall as a club, we've underachieved, but Klopp hasn't underachieved. He hasn't. Even if people want to start grilling Klopp for this season, all the other seasons, he was winning in spite of FSG. They were doing things that would get in the way and whatnot for the majority of the time. So,
and I'm probably sitting on the fence when I say this. I think it's a bit of both, but I think he's overachieved more than he's underachieved. I do think, like, some of the things we've won, like 19-20, 18-19 winning Champions League and 19-20 winning the league, for me, that was Klopp. That was Klopp. Klopp did an absolute madness. The seasons where we've missed out on winning the league by 1 point, I know you say it was fine margins, obviously it's 1 point. 18-19, I feel we under it like that. That for me should have been the pinnacle. We don't lose against City that day. We go the season invincible and win the league and cup and Champions League double.
I know, but that wasn't anyone's fault. It was just a matter of 2 millimeters.
That was Lovren that day. This is why I didn't want to do names. It was Lovren.
Was that not the season when John Stones made the clearance off the line and then Sane got the winner? That was
Lovren.
That wasn't Lovren's fault, was it?
That was the Lovren. Yeah, he let Aguero get in front of him for the first goal, and then he didn't close Sane down for Sane.
Oh shit! Were both those goals in the same game? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was a totally different game.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So I do think he's definitely overachieved more than he's underachieved. Again, I know people don't believe it. I love Jurgen Klopp to bit, man. I hope he turns it around. I just have my concerns.
Cool. All right, we've got two more. How many more we got?
Got 3.
All right, we're gonna fly through these ones though without being disrespectful because I am hungry and I'm tired now.
Next caller, Uncle Albert.
Hi guys, how are you doing? Sorry, I'm lying down because my back is killing me.
No problem. You do your thing, man.
No problem.
So I really enjoyed the backlash between Callum and Don Drifty, and I'm glad there was no referee because it was everywhere in the ring counted and outside everywhere counted. But I'm gonna play Pontius Pilate, and I'm gonna be in the middle, but I'm still gonna be on Callum's side. Klopp has achieved; he hasn't under or over. Our team has underachieved, and our owners absolutely need to go. Absolutely, they need to go. You know, for the last month, I have more or less been on the road watching Liverpool matches in the flesh, including nearly getting beaten up on a stadium bus for carrying a copy of The Sun. But that was really hilarious. Can you believe Liverpool supporters nearly jumped on me because I was holding the Sun newspaper?
I can believe that.
I can believe it, bro.
I am telling you, they are that tribal. I bought the paper on the train, and I was reading it, and for some reason I didn't get rid of it, so I was just holding it, rolled up, and they jumped on me. They were like, "How the hell can you be really reading that?" And
you rolled into Blood's territory wearing blue, bro.
And so guess what I did? I realized that a brave man is a man who knows when to run, so I left it on the bus.
Smart.
I didn't want to arrive back home in the undercarriage of an aircraft in the freezer section, so I just needed to do that. But hey, Drifty, I love your enthusiasm about Klopp, but I'll tell you what my problem with Klopp is and why I want him gone. He is never able to call out the owners, and he has said publicly that he won't call out the owners because he's employed there. So if you're agreeing with the owners and we want the owners gone, why should we want you to stay? I have never seen him put pressure on the owners to get him what he wants. Today, during his press conference, I heard something that alarmed me, that all the loanees were back. That was a trigger for alarm. My alarm went beep, 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 beep. You know, if we're not careful, we're going to get some of those guys back. And guys, listen, if Liverpool want to do well, if we want to challenge Manchester City's and co of this, we need to buy. Okay? We've all heard what has happened with Jude. How come somebody else is getting Jude for £89 million? Why didn't we want to pay? We've heard about Ugarte, and Ugarte is going to go to PSG after we've done all the scouting and we've done, that is jarring to a Liverpool supporter. Whether people want to accept it or not, I don't want to be grateful to Klopp. Klopp won 2 Bundesligas with Dortmund. He's only won 1. He's been to 4 different finals. He's won 1. He's actually been to 5 finals. If you add the Dortmund one, he's won only 1. And the one he won against Spurs. If you can't fucking beat Spurs in a final, what can you do? If your wife tells you are being Spursy, you know what he's meaning. He means he's about to leave your ass, right? Whilst I was on the road, my manager called me from home and told me to report for preseason training. So I'm home. My wife is my manager, right? So she told me, you better come home for preseason or you better stay your ass wherever you are and never come home. So I'm home for preseason training. It's going to be intense. But unlike you, Callum, I absolutely love multiple positions, being on my fucking back, because my back is gone from spending a total of what 17, 18 hours on an aircraft. My back is totally gone. So I like multiple fucking positions, all right? And I mean that literally and fucking figuratively. Okay. So this season, right now, I know Callum is married. Drifty, are you married?
No, I'm not, bro. No.
Okay, so you've been spared the rod, but get a wife is good. because when you're married, and Callum, you know this, you know how to say sorry if you don't mean it, right? You know how to accept what you don't want to accept just to keep the peace. So some of you have been saying we should give Klopp a season. We'll give him a season and we'll see what he can do. My personal opinion, I honestly don't think that after this climb down, and let's make absolutely no mistake, nobody should tell us Europa is good enough. What Mo Salah did is what a leader does. What Mohamed Salah tweeted is what a leader tweets. We're sorry. We'll do better. Don't tell me that Europa is absolutely fine, because it ain't. If you're Liverpool, Europa cannot be fine. You're a second-class citizen. Newcastle, for fuck's sake, have qualified for Champions League. New fucking Castle. Those black and white fucking strip fucking magpies are going to fucking play Champions League. Right? And we are reserved to Thursday night fights. ESPN, so we are going to be competing with space for ESPN fights. What the fuck is that all about? So we are being told that's fine. I'm going to go to Petsamo. I'm going to go to fucking IFK Nokoping. I'm going to go to fucking Nagorno-Karabakh at 9 a.m. because of the time difference on Thursday to watch a match. Are you people fucking kidding me? Right? Klopp says it's absolutely fine. What's fine about that? We are going to play on a field that is supposed to be grass, but it's a fucking ginger mint. Right? It's a fucking ginger mint. Hard frozen fucking ginger mint. These guys are going to come back fucking change planes all over the fucking place. And that's supposed to be good. You know what? Chelsea are better off than us, right? Because they get the time to retool. And you guys don't make any mistake, they'll come good. They will come good. Man. They need a defensive midfielder. They need to push Enzo up front. They need a striker. They're good to go. Okay? But you guys are telling us that the loanies are coming back. Conor fucking Bradley came fucking back. Are you fucking kidding me? Seriously? Conor Bradley came back. That guy looks like he's underage. He looks like he can't even have a drink in the pub, right? What the fuck is going on? Get your act together, guys. Get your act together, man. Some of us are suffering to be Liverpool supporters, man. I'm telling you about my son.
I've got a headache.
It was very serious. I actually had to behave like a thug myself, and I told them that you've made the biggest hooligan you've ever met. So you better fucking stay off me. And I left the Sun newspaper in the bus, and I ran helter skelter for my life. Thankfully, I went to the Shankly suite where I knew they couldn't be because they were probably in the Kop end. And you know what I did? I left the Villa match 10 minutes before time because I didn't want to meet them. I ran for the hills because it's like 2.5 miles from Anfield to Line 3 station. So I virtually ran to the station, boarded the train, and made sure nobody saw me again until I got back to Houston. But that's what some of us go through to support our team. Listen, let's just do better. Okay, whether you people say you want Klopp for at least another season, let's give him another season. Like I'm telling you, if you're married, and I've been married since 1989, right? So I've learned to take what I don't like, even what I don't like, right? I've reported for preseason training and I'm injured. Can you believe it? and thankfully, my manager is in the other room. So yeah.
Oh, Albert,
So,
you made my
so
night.
guys,
I'm not gonna lie, bro.
yeah,
Big up,
you
man.
take it easy, Drift. You know you're
Yeah.
my man. I agree with you most of the time, but tonight I think Callum won. It was a 3 count with no.
No, I think you won tonight, bro. You won.
So you guys take it easy, man, and enjoy the rest of
Big
the
up,
night.
bro.
I love Kopish, man. I love Kopish. You guys are just absolutely out there.
Thank you.
So
I appreciate that, man.
take care. Big up yourself, and
You too, man. Hope your back gets better,
hopefully,
bro.
hopefully, when some of us show up again at Anfield next season, we will be fucking playing in Petsamo, when fucking IFP no coping, fucking whatever, Swedish AIK fucking Solna, those fucking that fucking they come to the hotel and they walk to the hotel because they can't afford the fucking bus and all that shit. We don't want them fucking stuff. We are Liverpool. We are Liverpool. And hey, guys, go and get Callum, get that kit for your boy, man. It's beautiful. It's a throwback. I bought mine from the shop, but I agree with you. The kits are expensive, so I bought the stadium one. I didn't buy the match one, of course, because I ain't fucking playing no match. So I just bought get the stadium one. It's cheaper, and the kiddies ones are also cheaper. Get some from little Stevie, man. You never know. He may become the next, freaking Raheem Sterling. I named my son after Raheem Sterling, right? My little boy is called Raheem, and I named him after Raheem Sterling. But guess what? Shortly after I named him after Raheem Sterling, Sterling fucking left our team. I nearly changed his fucking name. So fuck Sterling. Right?
Oh,
this is true, man. As soon as I loved Raheem Sterling, I thought he was. So I named my son Raheem. My little boy is called Raheem. He's 9 years old now. And guess what? Sterling left our team. I've never told anybody this story, but yeah. And so you know what? My son supports Manchester fucking United. Can you believe that? And I warned him. I told him, you keep supporting that team and you're out of the private school you are in. You come back and you get home fucking schooling. That's what you're doing. Big up, people.
big up, man.
Hey,
Love,
Uncle,
man.
you're a star.
Meet you
Bless
soon,
you.
man. Big up, man. Oh my days. That was sensational. Fuck you, no.
Hold on, that's not the first. Is that the first time you spoke to Uncle Albert?
Yeah, bro. It is.
Uncle's a legend, bro.
Obviously, I've seen the shows back, but that's the first time that I've been on. Yeah. Oh man, that was amazing.
Uncle's going, man.
Man, I didn't even. I forgot the time. I forgot everything, bro. Oh man,
Uncle's going.
Flipping out. We got the supers or one more to get through.
Yes.
Flipping out. Cal, my head is banging now, bro.
Right.
Oh my days.
First of all, Uncle Albert, that was absolutely funny, really funny. First of all, what in the name of garbage was that revolting, dead, horse poo performance against Aston Villa? What did I say last Friday? Huh? What did I say last Friday? Turn up. But guess what? They downed tools and they played absolutely horse poo. The second bit, right? There's this Man United fan that was putting up the Champions League trophy, yeah, and they were putting the 7-Up, the 7-Up drink, and it was like, happy celebrating finishing top 4, finishing 5th place Liverpool. I was like, what in the name of diarrhea is that? What in the name of garbage is that? First of all, we don't celebrate 5th position. That's not good enough. Yeah? That's diabolical. That's horse poop. Yeah? That's leftover lasagna. Yeah? It's leftover broccoli. It's leftover pasta. Yeah, this whole thing. I heard what, and speaking about that thing that Klopp said, right? That thing, I heard what he said in his press conference. What in the name of garbage is this? This is why I said this guy is Arsene Wenger. He's acting like Wenger. Yeah? This is something Arsene Wenger would say. What in the name of garbage is this? I've told you, he's got until September the 1st. If I don't see him prove in September the 1st, au revoir. Bye-bye. Get out of here. Right? Winning doubles, winning trebles, title winning seasons. Second place, when you get second place, which is where Arsenal finished, they are the bridesmaid. Yeah, they are Tottenham. Yeah, we're not that team over there who have not won a trophy since Rihanna went out with Chris Brown. Since I tell you what, there's so many things that have happened since then. Can I tell you since the Sugar Babes? Yeah, since the Sugar Babes, since Avril Lavigne. Since Rachel Stevens, yeah, I could go on and on. And by the way, right, the other thing is this. All these reports about the transfer window, right? So, £87 million for Jude Bellingham. How much did we spend on Nunes? How much we spent £85 million on Nunes and they can't afford Jude Bellingham? What in the name of garbage is this? Get this pathetic, useless owner out of my club. How much we spend on Nunes? What in the name of garbage is this? And now there's reports that we can't afford Agate. 52 million quid. By the way, 300, take away 52, what do you get? Huh? I don't want to hear, we can't afford him because of coronavirus. Coronavirus, my ass. My ass. Yeah, we don't accept finishing second. We are the bride. We are not the bridesmaid, you know. You're getting that Jamaican accent out of me. Yeah, we are not the bridesmaid. We are the bride. The person is doing a smoochy. Yeah, yeah. That's like getting your child a pair of shoes without the laces. Yeah, yeah. That's what this is like. Getting a PlayStation 5 with a PlayStation 1 controller. Yeah. And as for FSG, I told you this before and I'll tell you again. You were talking about, I think it was the previous caller was talking about giving. He was talking about giving money, right? You ain't getting no ching ching. You ain't getting my bling bling. Yeah. You ain't getting 150 from me in terms of money, yeah? Because guess where that's not going into your pocket. Yeah, you ain't getting my ching ching, you ain't getting my bling bling. Yeah, all this money to try and get new shirts. You ain't getting any of my money. Get out of here, man.
Flipping off. Bruno, I'm gonna stop you just because I can't take no more, bro. My head is killing me, bro. Oh my days.
Well, you should have said I was backstage when some of the callers was calling in. I was like, now get me on this show right now. Get me on this show right now. I was literally in the background. Bananas. I was like, some of these callers were like, you got a happy finishing top 4. Come on, man. Where's the standards? We are not Tottenham, man. We're not Arsenal. We're not 14, 16 Arsenal. Yeah, we are Liverpool Football Club, like one of the callers said. We are Liverpool. Yeah, like I told Zabiri last week. Yeah, you weren't there, Drifty. I told Zabiri last week because this guy was talking about top 4. Like, man, we don't do that here. Tottenham, they accept top 4. They sit here. They're the ones like you. That's equivalent to you kissing your ex. Yeah, that's what it's like. We don't do that here. Yeah, we're going out with a new person. We're not kissing the ex. After she's gone out with your best mate. That's what this is like. Yeah, this is like take me out. We don't do that here.
Oh man, Bruno, you're a legend, man. You're a legend, man. Big up,
that's
man.
what I
Big
got
up.
to say, you know. We don't sit here going, here we go. It's a part of your head, and don't you know? We don't do that here.
Oh man, Bruno, I'm gonna let you go before my head bust, bro. But big up yourself, bro. Every time.
Big up.
See you next week, man. Big up, G. Big up. Oh my days, bro. My head is hurting me now,
like
bro.
Bruno Cartel, you
Oh
know.
my days. I'm telling you, bro.
Oh man.
Bruno and Albert have just absolutely finished my head, man.
I'll be honest, I held it together. The moment I heard Sugar Babes, I was done.
Oh man.
Sugar
I don't think
Babes
you lot under. I've got blurred vision right now, bro. My head's hurting me so. Oh man. Flipping hell. What a way to end the show. Let's get through these supers, bro.
Yeah, let's help the supers. All right.
If that ain't worth smashing the like button, I don't know what is,
For
people.
real.
My
For real.
days. I do not know if that is not worth it. By the way, I think Reese's first goal might have been against Bolton, Cal. I'm trying to think, but I think it might have been Bolton, you know.
Almost certain it was Everton.
Okay, I'm still trying to find it, but yeah.
Vagabond, Klopp speaking with players himself without permission. That's what pees the club off. Happened many times. It's Klopp. If that is true, then Klopp should know better, man. At least call on private number or something, man.
Only 360 likes, guys. Come on, man. What are we playing at, people? Come on, man.
Danny says Klopp will think we are okay for defenders in the summer. I think we'll get one defender. I actually do think we'll get a defender. We better get a defender. Jamrock says Fabinho, Hendo, Bichetic, and Morton. Jurgen don't want a DM. Goes on to say, Cal, you are uninvited to my wedding. Raw. Can't have you talking about better options in front of my one and only. Imagine me telling Stevie about better options and Uncle Bobby. So, baby, man, at least let me come to the reception now. Get a little food, get a little plate. Faces says, Drifty love for Klopp is over the top. I actually don't think it's over the top. I just think you're blinded by some of the things he does, Drift.
I'm not, bro. I'm just loyal.
Vagabond says, who would you replace Klopp in your guys? Who would replace Klopp in your guys' opinion?
At this point, I don't think there is anyone who could come and manage under these owners, man. I don't. But
if I was going to pick two players, it'd be De Zerbi or I can't pronounce his name from Sporting Atarim. Those are the only two that I'd say off the top of my head. Otherwise, I'd have to do further research into managers. Shombe says, I'm 45 and LFC, never been underdog when I grew up. I am Klopp out because I believe he is not a serial winner and doesn't have the ambition to be the best ever like Pep or Jose. I want a serial winner. Yeah, I don't think he wants to be a serial winner. Mansour says, question for those who are Klopp out, who you getting in to make us serial winners better than he did? No, I did. I mean, I don't know if I'd say Klopp's made us serial winners though.
I mean, we won everything. I mean, the type of managers that we call a serial winner normally makes you a serial prick too. So I don't really know. I don't really want to prick as my manager, but I don't know.
I wouldn't say he's a serial winner. For me, is a manager that wins regularly over the course of seasons. I don't think we've done that.
But Klopp's done that. It might not have been the league, but you know, he has kind of made sure that we've won majority of the seasons we win a trophy. But I don't know.
Vagabond says I would replace Klopp with Arna from Feyenoord, who just rejected Spurs. I've heard good thing about him.
Nah, come on, man. Like, here's the thing. I'm not saying that Slot and De Zerbi and these aren't good managers, but come on, man. These men have one or two good seasons, and all of a sudden they're good enough to be Liverpool manager. Come on, man. De Zerbi. I'm not saying he's not good, but what on earth has De Zerbi done to be Liverpool manager? He hasn't done anything to deserve being Liverpool manager. I'm sorry. This is like when Poch hadn't won anything and people was like, but Poch is a better manager than De Zerbi. I don't know.
Was he a better manager?
No, he just is, bro. He just is, man. His achievements are higher. His CV's better. He's just a better manager, bro.
Joe A says, I'm happy the season is done. Cater gone. If you remember, I bet you, man, $1K US. If Cater scored 6 goals in the Prem, I'm happy he's out. It's FSG simple. Also, Spence v Crawford. Who wins? Hold on. Going back to the bet. Are we meant to be paying you $1,000 UK?
No. I'm sure Joe just said that if that happens, I think it might have been with Matt, maybe, but like he'll give us £1,000.
Okay. So I was going to say, I don't remember that bit, and nor will I be coming through with that bit. I just want to put it out there.
I mean, speaking of English.
I'll tell you straight English. We're not going to pay that, man. Yes, I've got Crawford winning that fight.
I've got Crawford. But I think it's the most 50-50 a fight has been for a very long time.
Yeah, agreed. Timothy says winning is the only way to unite us all. Yes, facts. Or viciously losing. I hate to say it's one of the two extremes. It's winning or losing really bad. Black Bruce Lee says, I still have faith in Klopp. I know it's hard with no midfielders, but our front line is strong for next season.
Big up yourself, Black Bruce Lee. At least I'm not by myself.
Creek D says new sporting director on a 3-month contract. Yeah,
he's on that page you go thing, isn't it?
I think it's either we want someone who's not available yet, or being very optimistic. FSG are trying to sell, and the new owners will want their own.
Oh, them days have sailed, Cal. We ain't getting new owners. I know.
LV86 Costa says, in my opinion, I'm with Drift. Arsenal backed Arteta, bro. Yeah, they do.
Big up yourself, Costa. And Arteta made way more mistakes than Klopp did in his first 2 years at Arsenal. Way more.
He's meant to, though. He's a new manager.
No, but the same could be said in terms of having the patience, though, right? If the owners got rid of him, they wouldn't have had the good season they had. They would have had to start all over again. And I do believe that Arteta should have been sacked.
I don't know who would have gone to Arsenal as an established manager at that time.
No, but you get his point, though. Like, they stood by him and then he came through and now he's showing well. And he made a lot of mistakes.
For one season. We'll see how he gets on next season.
Yeah, of course, he has to keep he has to keep proving himself, 100%.
Chombe says, "Where is Klopp's loyalty?" I think that's meant to be. If he was loyal to the fan or to Liverpool FC, he would have exposed the problem. But instead, he defends FSG like we won't find job.
Maybe like he won't find another job. I think.
No,
but I don't think Klopp's not a messy manager. I don't want a Mourinho or a Conte. I know we want to know the truth, but come on, guys. I don't want the club getting dragged through the mud looking stupid. Look how Tottenham and Man United and all that were getting embarrassed when Jose and was doing up all that Pogba stupidness and all this stuff with Conte. Like, come on, I don't want my club to end up like that. As much as I want to know the truth, I don't want no circus. I'm sorry, Liverpool ain't a circus, man.
Sometimes you got to shake some trees to get rid of the leaves, bro.
I hear that, but then who's cleaning it up?
The new owners.
Are we gonna get new owners though?
Yeah, both. The owners sell. No one's not just not.
No, but I mean, Klopp might shake the tree and get thingy, and then FSG just do the same thing that's going on with Levy right now, and nobody wants to come and be the manager because they know the owners are bad. But like, we're just stuck with them, bro. That's
for then us as a fan base to get up and act. But as of right now, we're acting on a whim.
But we're still technically gonna get dragged through the mud. Look at Tottenham right now. Conte shook the tree, bro, and nobody even wants to be their manager now, Cal.
What did Morgan Freeman say? Andy Dufresne had to crawl through how much miles of doo-doo to come out free and clean on the other side.
It's just a thingy reference from the movie.
Sometimes you can't make an omelet without cracking some eggs, bro. It's like you got to do things sometimes you don't want to do in order to get the results that we need. And he doesn't have to do a Conte and do
What
a.
do you want him to do? Be a martyr or something, bro?
I want him to come out, and if he's asked a question, why didn't you sign more players? He goes, the reason I haven't signed more players is because we haven't got the budget to do it. I am.
He said that, bro.
No, but I'm talking about just be frank with it. Don't come out and fool.
Bruv, how many times has he said that, bro?
All right, so then Drift, when he turns around and says, I don't want a midfielder because I've got all these midfielders, then we can't complain either then. Because if we take one word of what he's saying, then we've got to take it all.
No, but I just think he's sick of being of answering the same question over.
We can't pick and choose them. We have to take his word as gospel. We can't pick and choose.
Imagine how annoying it would be to keep getting asked the same question, bro, over and over.
I wouldn't
especially about a situation you were frustrated with.
I wouldn't be getting the same question asked because I'd have given the answer that is the true answer in the beginning, and then after that I'd have just been like, refer back to last week when I answered this question.
I don't know.
If he doesn't keep on changing his answers, then we won't have to keep on asking these questions. If his actions don't keep on changing, we won't have to ask these questions, bro. Vagabond says, is Klopp getting the same love as Rafa Benitez? I think Klopp's got even more love than Rafa, no?
I don't know. After all these
100%
Klopp outs.
There's Rafa, people Rafa out as well. John says, big up Callum and Drift. What top manager would work for FSG? I'm Klopp-in. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
But that's the thing, John. Nobody wants to answer that question when they say Klopp out. They just say Klopp out. It's like, yeah, I'm going to sell my car. All right, so how are you going to get to work? It don't matter how I get to work, man. I'm selling my car. Right,
if the car keeps on breaking down or it doesn't get you to where you need to go, then you are going to sell the car and then you figure it out.
But Klopp does 9 times out of 10 get us where we want to go.
He hasn't at the moment. He's not. If my car was getting me where I needed to go last year, but it's not getting me where I need to go this year, I can't keep the car and say, "Oh, the car was sick last year, so I got to keep it."
But you fix it though. You just fix it. That's it. You just fix it.
It's too much money to fix. Then,
wow, Klopp is not a write-off, bro.
No, I'm not saying he's a write-off, but you have to look at both sides of the equation. LTAB says, if we do not challenge for the Prem next year, it's a failure. The expectation we should all have. Second question was thoughts on Ramsey for the right centre midfielder role. Oh, no. Oh, Jacob. Yeah, I'd be good with Jacob. Yeah, I'd be Jake. Yeah, I'd be good with Jacob Ramsey.
Not yet. Good player. Not yet, though. Not yet. If we want to win titles, we can't be getting Jacob.
I'd rather have Jacob than Mason. I can't lie. For right centre midfield, I really would.
Would you?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't. Good player though.
H says, I expected none from Chelsea and they still disappointed. By the way, we drew them twice this season, Drifty. I hope you stub your toe for rating the season. I said stub your toe, you know.
That's savage.
You know how painful a stub toe is, especially if it's the little toe. H is a menace.
Madness.
Johnny HD says, completely off topic, just tuned in. Cow, check, treat, hay, 120 milligram hayfield tablet. Okay, I'll do that. Can I get that legally? Like, I ain't even heard of that. If you got a stash, then send it over. But I'll have a look for that. I'm on some stuff at the moment. I got prescribed from the doctor, and that stuff's strong, man.
Hold on, ain't 120 milligrams per tablet a lot?
I'm on 180.
No, but is that not 2 tablets, Cal?
No, that's 1 tablet, bro.
Oh, 1 tablet is 180. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I can't take more than one of those in a day.
Oh, hold on. You take 2 of those?
No.
Oh.
No. Absolutely not, bro.
I was gonna say, man's hitting himself up with 360 milligram blood clot.
No, absolutely not.
You're trying to kill yourself, bro.
Yeah. No. Honestly, would you take Asensio to compete with Salah? I said no. Drift, you said yes. Innit?
Yeah, I said yeah. On a free. Yeah. As long as he's not being a dickhead about wages, 100%.
LFC Network says, big up the panel as always. Can you guys help me get my Instagram back? It's been hacked over a year now. Do you know anyone who can help?
Instagram themselves should be able to
you'd
help,
have to go.
bro.
I'll be honest, we've struggled. Like social, we had our Twitter taken away from us, so we know.
Bro, it is a mad thing, but them themselves, bro. Try and get them to help you, bro.
Shombe says Luis Enrique or Hansi Flick. Flick's a good shout. I'm not a massive fan of Enrique, if I'm going to be honest. I do
think
think
they're both good managers. I just wouldn't want either of them to be Liverpool manager.
Mr. Sinclair says serial winners join serial spenders. Check the archive. True as well. True as well. All right, people.
Right.
Gonna wrap it up there. I'm going to wrap it up there. You'll probably see us at some point tomorrow for a Southampton preview. Last one of the season, people. I would say it's going to be emotional, but I'd be lying to you. It won't
It's a
be.
shame we can't do a watch along for our last game because now we can't get top 4. It won't be televised. It would have been televised.
Oh, is it definitely not going to be televised?
Nah, the only games that are televised are Everton and Leicester.
Raw.
I understand it though. I understand it. It's the only games that mean anything. It does make sense.
When was the last time we went on TV last game of the season?
Exactly, because we're normally always fighting for something because Klopp's the type of manager that always has you fighting for something, but it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, obviously we'll be back for the match reaction after the last game. Oh, is it on the red button? Oh, if it's on red button, then we might be all right.
Yeah, if it's red button, then we'll be on.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
I'll be honest, I planned my Sunday around now. I thought we were doing a watch along, but I don't even know now.
Originally, we would have been. Have been.
Ah. I said good night, people. Nah, Uncle, you're
oh man, goated. Oh my days, that was sensational.
Nah, absolutely brilliant. LFC Network, our last one says, I've messaged them so many times, but it didn't help. It was called LFC Network. I'll be honest, bro, your best bet might be to start a new one, but continue to report the old one, and hopefully they'll merge the two or do something. But
yeah.
These social media channels ain't easy to work with.
I hate the fact that people even do these horrible things, man.
Yeah. Jamrock says Liverpool will close down after 2026. Klopp is leaving.
Ain't no need for that sarcasm, Jamrock.
I mean, I echo that though. Mr. Sinclair says, I blame Klopp for raising the bar. He was given lemon-made margaritas for 6 seasons. Now the lemons are tasting like lemonade. Klopp, where's my margaritas? I've never tasted margaritas, so I'd be all right with lemonade still. But
Sinclair's a little G though. I like that beginning bit. Klopp's the one who raised the bar. Now everyone's acting like he's the one who don't have standards.
But bars can change, bro.
I know, but it's still mad to question the guy who raised the bar by saying he doesn't have high standards. If he doesn't have high standards, he wouldn't have raised the bar. But
people can get complacent, Drift.
Yeah, of course they can, but that we're not talking about complacency here. We're talking about inability. People are saying he's unable to be a good manager anymore. Get rid of him. That's madness. But anyway, let's not go back into
it's a bit of both, but yeah, let's not. People, we'll be back tomorrow. Well, today, Saturday, Southampton preview. If you haven't already, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. People, thanks to all the callers for calling in. Thank you to everyone in the comment section for keeping the show going. Till we see you next time. Stay safe, stay blessed. We're Kopish and we're out, people. Take care.
Peace.